Hey, oh, look at that.
Hey, look at him.
Nice timing, I must say.
Rob, I think your mic is off.
Oh.
Oh, or were
Hey,
you just
there you
not
are.
saying anything?
No, I think I was just like, wow, I think, in the moment, so.
Hi, everybody.
It's Wheel of Time Day!
I know. How you doing, Rob?
Grateful for Leigh-A's call.
We were like, should we call him? I'm not sure.
Yes, you should call me. You should absolutely call me. Like, also, lights should be on. There we go. Now I
Yes.
look correct.
Look,
I'm
it's
so glad
actually laid
there's
out
so many
still.
people in chat who are like, I just finished, and are ready to chat about all the things. So you have come to the right place because that's what we are going to do today.
We are fresh off the watch, I would say, as well.
Yes, indeed.
Some of us.
Some of us have been talking for 12 hours or
or
some
editing
amount of
videos about talking about it, or
well, we
Sure.
we wanted
12.
to just
Say 12.
dive in, but yeah,
We're 18.
Yo, in case you didn't know, in addition to the first 3 episodes of The Wheel of Time, the other thing that came out is the soundtrack, which I immediately turned on when I woke up this morning while we were getting the kids like ready to go to school before we could come out the door so we could watch Wheel of Time all day and not be parents. But we got some cool news that there is a song on the soundtrack called "The Hills of Tanchico,"
Oh, man.
and it features Donal, Kira, and Alexander all singing on this.
What?
Yeah. I don't
So-
know. Do you think we can play songs here or we'll get kicked off?
Very small snippets.
Well, let's see. Let's see if we can do this. I'm not sure. We can try.
It's pretty exciting.
It's very exciting. And also our friend Alex, who you may know from such illustrious Watt Idol entries as Winter Night and whatever the hell he did last year.
Where are the girls?
Alex and Jake. Alex has again been able to participate in playing on the soundtrack. He just posted
So
it.
cool.
He was part of it. So that's
so freaking cool.
yeah. Let's see if I can play a snip of this.
I knew I was
That's an
underwater.
ad. Hold on.
Darn you, Ad.
Let me just
Oh my gosh,
skip
they're
that
so
ad.
amazing. Wow, that was amazing.
Wow, Donald really sounded different.
Wow. Yeah, he's really good at changing his voice to all sorts of different things, right?
He is.
Okay, we're gonna try it one more time.
Talented casting crew.
All right. This is oh my god, is that Kira?
What?
Whoa!
What?
What?
You just took me to the
Shut-
end.
Shut the fuck up! What?
Okay, wait, let me see if I can find a Donald clip a bit. I'm gonna
All right, I was like struggling with like passing out on the couch and like getting up. I think I am awake now.
Wow.
Has Kevin listened yet?
I don't know. I just saw this.
If I'd known, I would have played this when he was on my stream on it. Like, what?
Wait, what? He was on your stream earlier?
Yeah, Kev joined me for like an hour or two. Or
Oh, I
whatever.
thought
Like,
you said Donal. I was like, what?
no.
Confused. But what? Kevin was on your stream earlier? Amazing.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I tried to get Taylor on. But he was like, no, but here's an article that I did. I'm like, sweet.
Okay. Some other voices, real fast.
These hills will fly.
I'm sorry. I'm
They
trying not to
can't
get
on
us
the
kicked
boat
off.
to
What?
Denjigo, or are they singing it in Denjigo? I want boat scenes, damn it.
We're gonna have to all go listen to that. That's amazing. Just
Wow.
more new fun stuff today. Lots of candy for everybody. Lots of things to delight the eyes and the ears and the senses.
For sure.
It was a lot. It's a lot. 3 episodes is a lot.
It was.
3 regular episodes is a lot.
Yeah,
This is
these
like
are like
9
3
episodes. You
Yeah,
know,
these are like 3 episodes time a million.
Yeah, I've been trying to like separate out because I watched them all in sequence and then I watched them all again. I'm like, what happened in which? I don't know. They
Yes,
all
it's
blended
hard.
together.
Yeah.
I feel like in previous seasons, like the episodes where they were like more distinct. Like I can like pinpoint this happened in this episode, and this felt like they were telling a 3-episode arc story, right?
Yeah.
To get us to episode 4, to get us to that spot, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
It was.
And getting
I
up
mean-
to this point today, there's been so much other stuff. We're probably not going to talk about all, but do yourself a favor. Make sure you check out the new posters with Moggy and Lamplier and Matt. And there's tons of articles. Like Sharon did a really cool interview with Carly, right? Or she's coming up soon.
That one's coming up soon, I believe.
That one's
Yeah,
coming
but
up. But she did some other article.
Yeah, I read it. I read 1 or 2 that she's done recently, and they were very, very cool. Yeah, and I haven't, Taylor, if you're watching, I do apologize. I haven't actually read the one you sent me earlier. I finished.
There's so much right now.
I know. I finished my part 2 stream, went downstairs, sat on the couch. The cat was annoyed. I finally gave him some attention. And within about 45 minutes, I was like, I need to lay because I'm awkward, like sitting. And then I lay down, and then suddenly I'm like, what? Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, sorry, Taylor. I've not read that yet. Love you, dude.
That's okay.
Sharon has posted photos of gray men.
Oh yeah, she's been posting like
Oh my
crazy
gosh.
today. She's got some cool ones of like the Aes Sedai, after they've been in battle and the costumes are all covered in blood. And she's got some of Lyanna, and like she's just been posting like crazy. You can tell she's so excited that the show has finally come out.
There's been a lot of action on Instagram from lots of cast members
Oh,
sharing behind the scenes pictures. They're so cool.
Oh, we might have to play Rhuarc's little message though, just as a palate cleanser to move on to our next item. Or one of Rob's many palate cleansers.
I know we have lots of palate cleansers now. We have like bonus palate cleansers.
I don't give a fuck.
Rob does not give a fuck about Rhuarc's sex.
I need a moment.
That's more like it.
Yeah,
that's more like
true.
That's what
so. If you,
my baby girl.
if you haven't heard.
Sorry.
Speak, it's okay.
That's
I haven't heard him speak. It's delicious.
That's what I need Daddy Rhuarc to say to me. She's my baby girl.
Do you know what? Yes. I'm not going to lie. When Rhuarc appeared, I was like, oh, it's Rhuarc, it's Rhuarc. Say, speak. Do the voice. Do the voice.
Same.
I have to say he hasn't had enough to say yet for me to just be like.
I thought he might. Well, we can get to it, but
I wanted him to like go on a tirade or whatever.
Get all like, but he wasn't there yet. He
did call Nadamis Shade of My Heart and kiss her, and I was like,
which poster are we after, Amis?
Which poster?
Oh,
no, poster? Oh, I didn't probably put it in. So when you put in for me, somebody put in the Rhuarc. It's in our Discord, and Mel, you had it earlier.
Yeah. I'll find it. I know where I put it.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
That Rhuarc video.
I'm just gonna go to Instagram and find him.
I mean, I have.
So
you have it? Rhuarc saying the Wheel of Time.
You mean this one?
Tomorrow. Season 3, The Wheel of Time, on Amazon Prime.
Oh, damn it! I forgot my fan. Good thing I got some cold fresh air blowing in. Because it got really hot in here all of a sudden.
Is it hot in here, or is it just get stabby?
I have to say,
Yeah.
People.
the silver foxness does. This may make me a terrible Aiel, but remember, I'm a Shido. The silver foxness does more for me than the hair they gave him in the show.
Absolutely.
They're
I was kind
hiding.
of
They're
upset that
hiding
they-
his glory.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel that actually. Yes. Yeah, I can.
Yes, true.
I can narrate my life. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like that is quite a life.
Oh man, it's
Well,
really good. It's really
Before
good.
we get into it, let's do this because I know we're dying to get into it. So
Yeah.
we forgot this last week because it was pure chaos last week. But it is now March, and if you have forgotten what February's calendar was,
Oh,
it's
how
this
could we
beautiful
forget?
thing. How could you forget? But now it is March, and another fabulous calendar.
Oh, look at
So
that.
beautiful. Yeah.
So good.
That's amazing.
She's gracing my shelf.
Speaking of Alana, I'm just gonna dive right into
Speaking
it.
of Alana.
Do it.
Right.
Why was Alana in the Two Rivers in the books?
She was with Varen and they went looking for girls who can channel.
That's right. Okay, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
But like why I know we're all the way in episode 3 now, but like why did she go there? I don't know. We haven't figured out. She makes like a little wink when she says it.
She
like,
looked. Yeah, I was like, why are you looking sus about that? Just answer the poor suffering man.
Yeah.
Give him an
Even
answer.
Maxim doesn't know. He's just like, why are we here and not chasing
know.
down Lanfear? And she
right.
does
She's
it.
like,
She did not reveal.
because I'm here. That's why. That's
Cause vibes.
Vibes. She's got vibes.
vibes.
No, I don't know.
Yes, this is very true. All the vibes.
And like
All the vibes.
I don't know if she was actually surprised to see him or she was just saying it like she was surprised to see him.
I think she was
Finding
more
Perrin in
like,
the Two Rivers.
yeah, I think she was more just like, oh look, aren't you surprised to see me? As opposed to, I'm not surprised. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
well.
We got here 2 days before you somehow.
Mhm.
And you smell like ash.
Wow. Now see, I have this. So you're talking about the Waygate thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a theory about that.
What?
I don't think it's them who used the Waygate.
What? No, it's totally them.
No,
Really?
no.
How would they get there so fast? They know how to travel?
I don't know, but I just don't think it's. I don't think it's Alana. I think.
There's no other way that they would have gotten there.
Just
I
Lonely as
think-
Sky Sheen.
only a sky
Ah.
Shane.
Yeah, oh,
We
gee.
missed you.
No, you're the best guy, Shane. You would have told her exactly where to go.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
you were serving face. You were serving face in that sweat tent, LG.
Mhm.
She
Yes.
just
Serving
wasn't
face.
listening
Yeah.
properly. She was very fixated on Mel's back tattoo and was
And
not
her
listening
front
to your
tattoos?
directives. And her
I
front
mean,
tattoos. Yeah.
Yeah, who wouldn't focus on those tattoos?
Listen, I did not know that sexy macrame would be the new couture, but I am here for it. I am here for sexy macrame
Right.
for the rest of the time.
You know what? If this helps bring macrame artists back to the front of the world of creative arts, I'm here for it.
Macrame
I-
does not get the love it
I almost
deserves.
wore my macrame planter holder tonight just for fun. I didn't.
I mean, who wouldn't? Like.
I have a friend who's young. She's in her 20s, like mid-20s, and I went and visited her at her apartment after she like moved in, and she was really proud of all of her decorations and stuff, and it was like macrame was everywhere, and I was like, oh, this reminds me of my childhood. But I didn't like say that out loud, I was like, you decorated it like my grandma's house in the 70s, I don't know.
Aw.
I wasn't alive in the 70s, but like the decorations that lasted forever.
Mhm.
But like now I have a new appreciation for macrame that I did not necessarily ever have before.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Amazing. All right. So my theory on the the Ash and the thing in the White Gate situation.
Yeah.
I think it was this couple. Right? No, too early. Damn it! I thought I had to pause at the right moment. These two.
Oh, you thought it was that?
Luke and Fael?
I
See,
thought
I
it was Luke
feel
and
like
Fael.
those two have been there longer
They've been
than
there a
just
while.
2
Yeah.
days. Like they wouldn't have fresh tracks.
Yeah.
They said there was only 2 tracks, and I don't feel like they're just traveling by themselves together.
Yeah.
A
It's
bigger group.
Lord Luke and his crew, it sounded
Okay.
like.
Yeah.
But where
So
is his crew?
I know.
all those people
Question
that
mark
walked in,
on where,
maybe?
but the way that they said it made it sound like there was more than just 2 people. But what
Yeah.
we saw was only 2 people.
Okay, there's a question in chat. We're spoiling all 3 episodes, yes, besides book spoilers.
Yes.
Just making sure we're not going to just talk about one and let people jump
No,
off. If they
we
haven't.
are
Okay.
full spoilers. We're always full spoilers unless
Full
we have a
spoilers, full
guest who is
chaos.
not full spoilers, and then we respect our guests. But otherwise, we
Okay.
just like spout at our mouth.
Hey, do you know what I did earlier for the last
We
2
like to
hours of
spout.
my stream earlier? I had a show watcher only on for like the last hour and a half, 2 hours type thing.
Nice.
Wow.
That's
Yep.
hard.
It was tough. It was me, Koala, Zool, Shanice, and then Aisha, who's one of the reactors that Bree's been recommending. Yeah.
Yay.
And I was just like, we just basically asked her questions for 2 hours, you know, and talked about like things like, what do you want to talk about? Like, did you catch this
Yeah.
moment? And, you know, sometimes we were like, oh, so glad you caught that. And other times I was like, wish I could tell you more about this scene, but it would spoil the book if I did that, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Waffo and Raffo.
yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I appreciate that we give people a place where you don't have to censor yourself. I mean, this is
Yes.
I mean, you have to be
For so many
kind.
things.
You have to be a kind person. Let's be clear.
Yes,
But you
you
don't
have
have
to
to censor. You don't have to censor yourself about anything related to the book or the show.
And it's just-
about your theories. Barf it out. You know, that's what we're here for.
And I really
Right.
appreciate the people who can censor themselves, because like I almost typed something in a chat that was spoilerly and just by coincidence didn't, because I was typing something about Cimarog, and then I was like, nah, that's too much detail, I'll just hold off on that. And thank God, because right around then I was like, after I hit send, I was like, notice the banner and notice the spoiler level, and I was like, oh wow, shit, that would have been bad. I would have had to like mod myself.
Yeah.
Bad roof mistress, bad roof mistress.
That's right, Tree.
Exactly.
It's like
That's it.
a
That's it.
sweat tent macrame top, which by the way, Mel was like totally hanging out, and within 5 seconds when she walked in the tent, she had like a shirt on and the macrame over it again. I'm like, there would have been no time for that. Those boobs would still be hanging out in the tent. Let's be real.
Aiel are very fast at lots
Have you ever
of
tried to
things.
get a macrame top off? It's difficult.
Apparently not.
I
Apparently
mean,
not.
I
If
know
you're
our-
Melindhra of the Malkier.
Aiel are very well trained in the art of the uniform change.
I feel like I have to admit that like seeing that tattoo on her back does not make me Malkier, so close your ears, Robert. But it's the closest I've ever gotten to be like, ah, that's a good tattoo. Like I would put that on my skin. Like I have no tattoos. Because I not because I don't like tattoos, but just because I never felt like I could commit to a tattoo for my whole life. You know, like I've never found something that I'm like, I would wear this for my whole life. I wouldn't like get bored of it or want it to be off my skin.
My first thought was like,
but
did
that
she
one I was
have
like-
that? It's like, did she have that when she was like 5 when they found her already? Or she just randomly got it later? Like, do they tattoo young Malkier children? Rob.
Can you imagine how big that tattoo would have had to be on a
If we're taking
5-year-old's
up-
body?
like,
To
I mean,
still be
look,
that big?
okay, so, you know, we tattoo 5-year-olds, okay, we sell guys virginity and then
True.
ownership along with that, you know, like,
It's a very
we,
weird
you
society.
know, we do some shit, you know, like,
Yeah.
I'm totally making it up. I have
I'm also just wondering if you'd actually be able to get somebody under 10 or like even teenagers to really sit still for a tattoo for that long that you're like, you will get this.
On Aiel, you could.
Maybe an Aiel, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I feel like
Still.
I honestly feel like she ran away, ended up getting adopted by the Aiel, like she says, and then, remembers her heritage. And at some point, she's like, I got to get this done. And then dashes off to a Wetlander tattooist.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's what happened. But in my mind, my first thought
Yeah,
was,
like, what? You stabbed a child?
like, what the hell?
Maybe that's why she went to the Aiel. They're like, oh, shit.
like-
Yeah, you can be one of us. She
So-
got stabbed so much as a kid.
Thousands
You're cursed.
of times in
Yeah.
the back.
That's right.
So Aiel don't have tattoos. So that means that there are no Aiel tattooists, even though Aiel are
Pretty good with
quite
space.
skilled at stabbing things a lot very quickly with precision. So I'm confused about that.
We don't know for sure they don't in this show. Like, we haven't seen them close enough. I mean, I didn't see any in this.
No, they said it.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
they
said
did?
that
They
Aiel
literally said
don't-
Aiel don't have tattoos.
Oh, I missed it. Okay, good. Tell me.
So then that means that Melindhra would have had to go somewhere to get the tattoo, which means she would have had to cross the Dragon Mall at some point. And maybe that was time for other things to happen.
Okay.
I love how you're
if-
being like mysterious on a full spoiler
if
show.
she's the same age as Lan,
Listen,
Lan
it must be
participated in the Aiel War, so she would have hypothetically crossed into the regular Randland
That's valid.
during the Aiel War.
That's
and,
valid.
and would have possibly, during the sacking of Kyrian or something like that, been like,
Yeah. And she's
You don't
technically like a
tattoo
little
me.
bit older than Lan. She's
Yeah, 'cause
old
she
enough
was
to have
5.
run and run and run as opposed to being a baby carried away.
Yes.
Right? She's
Yep.
older than him by an appropriate age amount for them to be paired together naked in a room together. And then nothing happens.
nothing happens.
Would you be really upset if her and Lan bang?
Yes.
Yes.
Although I will say, based off of the Daniel Henney question and answer last week that we played, that we got all those lovely sound bites from, he was very adamant that Lan only has 2 women in his life, and it's Maureen and Nynaeve. So I feel like Daniel Henney has already confirmed that he will not be banging anybody else.
That's fair.
So even if it is a sexy Aiel Malkier.
Maybe Moraine
spoiled.
also only has 2 women in her life, Swan and Melindhra.
Right.
Except
True.
Moraine's making eyes at everybody in that sweat tent. She's eyeing
Yeah.
Bear. She's eyeing Melindhra.
I like that she's like, you think 1 hour with
She's
you
staring
know,
daggers at
security?
Mullane. Oh my god,
Yeah.
how much did we love how Mullane was just angry all the time? She was the angriest Aiel I've ever met in my whole life besides Amanda. I loved it. I was like, yes,
Yeah.
you be mad. And then
Mhm.
did you what's the actress's name? I forget her name, but she posted this is Mullane's happy face, and she's like picture of her glaring
I
at
didn't see that. That's amazing.
pretty great.
Yeah. She's,
Yeah.
I love that.
Look at her. She looks so happy. It's her happy face.
Hmm.
She's definitely thinking fucking Wetlanders.
She really is.
to me.
Bless her.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
So
Oh
we're
my
supposed
God.
to be like organized with the way that
Are
we
we?
are responding to these episodes, aren't we, Amis?
Well, we've got some things. We can easily jump into that after we get these initial thoughts out, shall we?
Yeah.
Do it.
I mean,
Want to do that?
I could go random all night, so someone rein me in.
I mean, I did that for 9 hours, so
Okay, I'm gonna rein us in. Foldies, did
All right.
you become prepared to discuss our 4 topics that we emailed out? And co-hosts, are you prepared to share yours?
I have
Yes.
done the minimum effort of pulling up Carly's excellent synopses of the episodes. I can remember which thing happens in which episode.
Oh, I didn't. Yet.
She did a great job.
I have not been able to read all the things.
I haven't. There's too much. It's been so overwhelming. And I was just so
Crazy.
anxious for the episodes to come out. And I was like,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
getting
no, I haven't read all the things. I just
off social
specifically
media.
read
I'm
these
not
things.
reading anything. Yeah.
These
Okay,
things
so
specifically.
Foldies, just in case you don't know what this is. So every episode, we're going to choose, us here are going to choose our stabbiest moment, which is like the best kill, the best stab, the most blood, whatever we feel is the most stabbiest. That's subjective. Where it's hand talk of the week is the best Aiel instance that we see in the episode. The honorary stone dog is kind of like a thing we could leave behind, something dumb, anything like that that we didn't really love so much or just think is unnecessary. And best bonkers banana is just something that shocked us or looked really cool. That was so amazing. We can't believe it. We all good?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who wants to go first? Episode 1. What is your stabbiest stab of episode 1?
There was a lot of stuff.
There was a lot in episode 1.
But I think the one that got me the most was the double water stab of Leandrin. I was viscerally reactive to that. And also badass warders stabbing a magic person. But then it just like them going in simultaneously, the coordination of it, and just like the actual fuck factor.
So Leandrin double stab.
That was pretty good. Like that whole Alana fight was pretty freaking
I
fun.
have theories about this.
Oh yeah?
Because Tree and I were talking about this today. Tree is watching. Hi, Tree. Love you. Why does she not die? She literally gets stabbed. 2 in the chest, and 1 is pretty much through her heart. Like, you can heal people, but not if you're dead.
I think it was a little lower than the heart, so it would have been through both of her lungs. And
I mean, I don't know. Are you gonna show it, Rob?
Yeah, I'm just getting to the right moment.
Get it. So I don't know. I feel like other people went out a lot faster that did not get, it was like the red Star Trek red shirts. They were just like, oh, there's some extra black Aja hanging around. Just
yeah, they died real fast.
So I don't know. I guess I feel like there's something more with Leandrin.
I don't know if you noticed this about the show, but plot armor is a huge thing, and there are I think if I have a complaint about the show, it's that the fake out deaths are too many.
I hate it.
And there's so many fake out deaths that like the real deaths lose impact.
Yeah. I would have been fine if she died right there. Like I do not care. I don't care.
It's below the kind of below her boobs.
Okay, there's like a sideways shot of it though.
No,
that's
her
even
boobs
better.
Her boobs are below the swords.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, sorry, that's not below.
Like literal heart. Yeah.
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 So watch this right here, sideways, right there.
Yeah. That's literally hard.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah, I think they should have been.
If Ivan dies basically the same exact way.
Ivan dies instantly because the second he drops to the floor, Maxim sort of like goes, "I can't feel him."
Yeah, immediately
dead.
And he's supposed to have super duper water power. So yeah, it is sus. But
I have thoughts about it.
Okay, more.
Okay, well, the only thing we've seen that is similar is when Moraine kills Lanfear and she comes back. That's the only person that's really been stabbed that has magical powers that came back, right? Like that.
Her throat slit,
I mean, I guess Nynaeve.
Moraine was stabbed. Nynaeve was stabbed. Lan was stabbed multiple times.
Oh, season 1, episode 4.
Lots of stabbing of Lan.
Lan is
Lan's been penetrated left, right, and center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Patrick. That's probably.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, so smaller hearts. There we go. That makes.
Okay,
yeah.
that makes sense. I forgot how small her heart is. As much as the show tries to give her.
I don't think her heart is that small. I mean, if you look at the whole arc that she went through over these 3 episodes.
Yeah,
her heart is not small at all. She has an incredible amount of revenge empathy.
Revenge.
She should have died. That's all I'm saying. I would have been very happy.
Yeah. I mean, the fake out deaths are
Annoying.
problematic.
Okay. Leandrin double stab. Mal, what about you?
Okay, so mine is parents' hand. I know that Leigh-A would contend it's not a stab, but it's the axe with the ring.
Yes.
It's like slicing the ring off. Like that was
Yes.
awesome. Also, why isn't Perrin dead?
Yeah, he got hit in the chest,
It was
like square in the chest.
In the chest.
True, but it only was like this
Axation.
deep.
It was sustained axation. Why? Does he have adamantium bones? Like, why is this axe?
I feel like that would have
like the
crushed
Aiel
his
can't
sternum.
fight this axe off, and it anyway.
Yeah, I feel like that would have crushed his sternum and half of his rib cage and collapsed his lungs immediately.
Yeah.
He would have not been able to get back up and fight.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of sitting up at the end.
Like, ow,
Yeah.
that hurt.
He's
Yeah,
more
I thought
concerned
that was
about
kinda
the ring
stupid.
than he is about any of his wounds.
But it's the axe through the hand and the ring that to me, I thought that was the coolest stab.
Yeah.
That was mine.
Okay, so
Even though
Yeah.
I know Leigh-A would say it's not a stab.
Folders,
I mean,
don't forget
We
to
did
put yours in
define
the
this
chat.
bigger. We're calling it stabbiest moments, but it's defined as bigger than just like
Yes.
pointy stuff.
This is not our typical stabometer
Stab
rankings. This is just
Which we will do later.
That is a post-season thing that we do every season.
Yes.
But this is just our favorite
Rob, how about
bloody
you?
battle moment.
I mean, it's tough. I'm scrolling through the episode trying to find like stabbiest moment, and I feel like there's lots of like violent stabs, but then I'm thinking like, are there like cold burn stabs, like verbal ones? I'm just like,
There are some of those.
There are some good ones for sure.
There
Why
are
don't
some
we
good
add a
ones.
couple while you decide? Let's add some foldy ones. Did we find any in the chat?
Yeah, did
I
anybody share
started one. Skeeter said I can go find it because I started it.
He said stabbiest double stab was Naomi mind stabbing Varen and Vandalius.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was pretty good.
Vandalius.
Vandalius. Uh-uh.
There. Mind stabbing Varen and Elias.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one. Rob, did you decide? Or do you want me to go?
You go. I just don't know if I can actually pick one.
Okay.
okay.
Here's my favorite. Not technically a stab. When Lyanna Hulk smashes the Black Aja
And Noman Garden agrees with you.
over and over. And
Okay,
she's
all
like, puny Black Aja, and she just like beats him.
Yeah.
Beats her to
She's
death.
just
That's my
wailing
favorite.
on her. That's pretty
Yes.
good. That was good.
All right.
Okay, go.
The brown sister getting sliced in half.
Oh yeah.
My favorite is that like she's like preparing to weave. Like she's like Moraine season 1 slow-mo forming her hands into an arc to prepare to weave, and then it's just she gets sliced at this point.
Not used to that when she's reading books
Like,
all the time.
Yeah.
She is not battle trained.
Yes.
I do appreciate that about that fight, right? Like you could clearly tell like which Ajas were up to the challenge and which were not. And I think I've watched it 4 times at this point. And yeah, like the green like immediately go into action. The blue immediately go into action. The other Ajas are a little slower. Like it's cool. They really put a lot of
Did you see the behind the scenes
characterization into it.
post of the Wheel of Time put up that showed some of the
Inside
filming?
episode 1, 2, and 3. Is that what you're talking about?
No,
Or-
just some stills that are from behind the shredding scene, so to speak.
No.
I saw some stills, but I also saw some video specifically from Jennifer Chion Garcia, like of rehearsal.
No. This is just it's on the official account. Stills of the shredding stuff. It was just cool to see it, as you can see them all doing stuff, but with obviously no weaves added. It's just someone's, taking a photo, and it was quite cool.
I'll have to go.
Oh yeah, I missed
I have
those.
not seen it.
I
That's
can,
cool.
I have it if you want me to pop it on screen.
Sure.
You do you.
Duh.
Why do they keep
And while
doing
you're
this?
pulling that up, Tree says Nynaeve getting stabbed 27 times by the Gray Man.
11. It was 11 tree.
Yes, Roman Garden corrects. Also corrects. So.
But yeah, I just thought this was really cool, like this scene here where they're all like doing things, but there's, I mean, look at
But
look
there's
at
no
Jennifer-
CGI.
There's no CGI.
I love
it.
how
Yeah.
Kate looks like she's like Superman.
Yeah.
She looks like she is Supermaning. I love it.
That's cool. Those
I
are cool. I
Appreciate
love those.
actors who
And then,
Aw.
like, yeah,
know
Aw.
what it's going to look like afterwards.
Oh, I
And
want that.
they'll be able to do all these creative things knowing, like, I would
Yeah.
feel ridiculous to just be like,
Yeah, that in Taylor's, both of Taylor's interviews that I've listened to recently this week, he talks about being aware of where the weaves are going to be to make sure that he's not stepping into a weave that could potentially kill him. You know,
Mhm.
obviously they CGI it around what they do, but there's like a choreography beforehand that makes sure that he's not doing that too, which is really cool. Like the imagination that it takes to sustain that is neat.
Sorry, you said Tree put another one in the chat. Sorry, what was that?
yes, it was
Nynaeve
Nynaeve
getting stabbed.
27 times.
Oh yeah, that was pretty
I.e. 11.
bad. Okay.
I have
What's
a hand
next?
talk. The hand talk
Yes.
is like, how do we describe the hand talk moment again?
This
The
is
most-
any Aiel moment,
Aiel
instant,
instant.
anything representative of
All right.
Aiel.
I go where she goes.
Yeah, that was what. Yeah,
Aw.
Yeah, that one was so easy. Yeah,
yeah, that was so cute.
I love that. Like, I love the way there are some line readings, like the way that they delivered the lines that were just utterly delightful in this
Yeah.
trio of episodes. That was one where I was just, I like literally giggled, and then another one was the way that Lanfear said, "That's actually the only thing I like about you."
Yeah, that's like one
yeah.
of the best.
I love
lines.
the way that she says, "Oh,
she's
yeah,
sort of like half
Oh,
like leans in as she says it. Like,
that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
actually the
I know
only
you
thing I
will.
like about you."
mm.
I love the way that she says that line. It's so good.
I want to see like a blooper reel where they're both goofing around and she does that. And they look at each other and then just go, "Ah," you know?
Yeah, they kiss each other. Yeah.
Now kiss. I mean, that blooper reel from last season where she's like, "I told him that I wanted. I told him that he wants to. I told him I want him to kill him."
Yes.
I did it right.
Forrest was like,
It's like,
no.
no.
Someone's gonna kill
no,
somebody. I loved it so
no.
much I put it in my parody. All right. Okay, my hand talk of the week. I'm gonna
Yeah,
give
do
it
it.
somebody else does is Maiden's kiss.
Okay, I was thinking about you, Mel, this whole time, or the whole time that I watched that, because I know when we got those behind the scene photos, like, first of all, it was like them whipping out the stabby stabs and putting it to Matt's throat, and then we had some behind the scenes stills that indicated that that was that scene, and we had this whole discussion about we hope it's not as rapey as the book, and when we thought we hypothesized that one of the ways to get around it was that the Aiel would incite the game, and they did, and I was like, we called it!
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of the writers and the way
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved the way that it was handled in a way that didn't feel like it felt like Matt was into it. He thought it was kind of hot and sexy, and they were into it, and there was no rapiness, and it was great. I
Except for
loved it.
Parrot in the background going, "What, Matt? Wait!"
No, but it was re-emphasized later. The best part about it was re-emphasized in the later episodes where Loyal's like, "Nope, And Maxim's like,
Taylor's
nope.
like, I already did it.
Maxim's like, nope. And
Yeah.
who says it's my first time?
No, I
and
do
yeah,
feel
and
it's-
they said no, and they were
Yeah.
not forced into it, right?
Yep.
But Matt was totally into it, and he like, yeah, I love.
Obviously
I was
doesn't
like,
kiss
thank you for handling it well. There was some interview with Rafe where he said that Maya and Raga came up with how to do it.
Oh,
And
really?
they said, this
Oh.
is how we think we should do Maiden's Kiss. And they showed them, and Rafe was like, yep, 10 out of 10, no notes, let's do it that way. So it was them who came up with how to implement it, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, I wasn't sure that they explained enough of the game for him to consent before they started playing.
I didn't really think so either. I think though, if he would have said, and then when Shiad says, then we kiss, if he said no at the time, they didn't really give him a lot of time though, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
He could have said no.
Yeah, it was like the spears were at his throat, and she's like, and then we kiss, and then
She just
kissed
kisses him.
and you know.
But he kissed back.
Also,
Terrible.
he kind
I
of
mean,
flirted with them
I
all
can see
leading
that.
up to this.
It's
I can
true.
see that.
He
I
kept-
will.
Matt was definitely surfing for girls.
Not that he deserves to be sexually
Not that he
assaulted, even if
deserves,
he was
but he
flirting.
definitely was indicating that it was something that he would be into.
Exactly, because there was the dialogue earlier that he said he literally hoped he got speared. Like he
Yeah, he did
literally
say that.
articulated that he was into that.
They took, Aiel are very literal. If you say, I hope that I get speared, and they hear it, they're going to make sure it happens.
Yeah,
That sarcasm doesn't really
Yeah.
work.
And
I
I
think they set it up well in a way that didn't make me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't think he would have said no if you'd explained the game to him. I just think that the game was too far along before they gave him that opportunity.
Okay, valid. That's valid.
Yeah.
also, I'm just wondering if
When I
maybe there
watched
was
it, that's how
more,
it felt.
more dialogue to it, and just for time's sake, they kind of cut some of the dialogue, maybe.
Maybe.
So,
What I
I'm
don't
not
like-
saying that I know that for sure, but maybe that's.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like about it is Maiden's Kiss never seemed to me like a bar game. And like for them to be in the tours, like, let's go do this with two other people. Like that never felt like that was the game they would just do with anybody. And I felt like that
Yeah.
was kind of repetitive and stupid. That might be my honorary Stone Dog for that episode. I don't really know. I have to look at my notes, but
That's really interesting.
I do not like that.
I thought it's funny because I read that as Bane and Shia just being really fucking horny. I
Me too.
just read it as like, oh my god, they are
They
horny.
just really
Yeah, they
wanna
can just
make
make out with each other. Like,
they
they
want to
don't-
make out with everyone, and
I
I
know,
am here
but they're
for
like
it.
with-
I would be right along there with them because I want to kiss everybody.
But they had
So-
a choice like with an Ogier and a Warder, like new people to explore. I mean,
Yeah, I don't love it.
that's valid. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Okay. Who else
Leigh-A.
has hand talk?
Hand talk of the week. Do you have a pick?
I agree with what Noman Garden said. Elaine using hand talk.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, that was cool.
Doesn't she say Wetlanders? Is that what she said?
She
Like,
says
She
for
says
a
for
wetland.
for a wetland.
For a Wetlander.
Did anybody catch what the hand talk earlier was between Bane and Chiad? I
They
didn't.
were-
I didn't
it was
think there
something
was
about
subtitles
Ruidian.
for that.
They were probably concerned that Avienda was talking about Rhuarc to Rand, but I didn't catch what they were saying.
Yeah, they
I
didn't.
don't know enough.
When Elaine did it, they provided translation in the subtitles, but
Yeah.
when Bane and Chiad did it, they didn't, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So Leigh-A, that was yours too. Elaine using hand talk.
Yes.
Yes.
I also like the sexy time between
Yeah, Elaine and
Avienda
Avi.
and Elaine.
Avelaine?
Yeah.
Frenzy
I don't
just
know.
asked, "Are we full spoilers for all 3 episodes?" Yes, we are. We are
Yes.
full spoilers. Spoil
We're
yourself,
bananas.
go bananas.
So anything else from chat, and then I'll throw mine in too.
I haven't seen anything else from
yeah.
chat.
Okay, so one of my favorite Aiel moment is the Aiel doing their duty in Tarvalon, and then Rand was like, "You're supposed to obey me," and they're like, "Yeah, dumbass. That's not how this shit works."
That's
Great.
actually
That's
yeah,
like
it's
my
act-
favorite Aiel moment of this episode.
That was pretty
This is
great. That was pretty
not
great.
gonna be
Like
bad.
you don't get to
That's
tell
not
me
how
what
it
to
works.
do yet.
Yeah, that's actually, I got this moment playing because of the hand talk moment, and it's literally like him saying, "You have to do this," and they're like, "No, you don't. You haven't." Yeah, and then there's that moment. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, no,
Subtitles.
Yeah.
single hand. But she does do the hook, which I can't remember what
she
the
does
hook
does a
is.
hook, and then like, yeah,
And then like a
The pinky
gesture.
hook is and like makes something a
like
cuss
a
word.
it makes it a
That's
bad
how
thing.
that's how we get fucking
That's like
Wetlander.
how we get asshole or whatever.
Yeah.
Who's this fucking ass? Is probably what she said.
yeah.
All right, honorary stone dogs. Are we moving on?
Mary Frenzy, I saw yours. I'm going to start when we get to episode 3.
Yeah.
We're still on episode 1. Okay, honorary stone dog. What was the dumbest or the thing you didn't like, or just things that didn't make sense? Go Leigh. And go chat.
Dumbest thing.
I don't think I have, or something that we could just leave behind that we didn't think was necessary.
We didn't really need on the episode, or something that maybe you're just not in love with.
I can't think of one in episode 1 off the top of my head.
I really thought, if I'm being honest, like I really thought Lan, specifically Lan, not acting sooner when everybody was in danger was out of character for him. Like specifically with
purposely
relation to
not
Nynaeve. Like
they were
say it again.
They were purposely not acting.
I know they collectively were purposely not acting, but it was Moraine's idea that they don't do it, right? But Nynaeve was clearly suffering and screaming, and
Agreed.
Lan was like the fact that Lan did not take him like prioritize Nynaeve over Moraine in that moment earlier.
Agreed.
To me was out of character for Lan, and I feel like some of the frustration on his face should have been directed inward, because he should not have gone along with that. And that is not Lan. To me, I felt like that was out of character for Lan to go along with that. If Moraine had done that on her own with Lanfear, cool. But Lan being a part of it and letting Moraine's face limit him from stepping into action to protect Nynaeve, that to me was not.
They were screaming way too long for them to sit there, in my mind.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I was screaming at the cinema screen the first time I saw it. So
get up!
I was literally like, "What are you doing in the cinema?"
Yeah,
like,
I think the first time I saw it, I didn't quite understand like why they were just sitting there. That part, like it took me a moment to like understand why they were just sitting there, and that it was like on purpose.
Because we didn't know until afterwards.
Well, I completely missed that earlier. Moraine does say some, like, she alludes to what's going to happen tonight with reference to Lanfear is going to do something, and it's going to cause Rand to want to separate. So there is an allusion to it earlier, which I will admit I completely missed, and I was very confused the first time.
I didn't think they were talking about that night specifically when they were.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
General.
I
thought.
just. Yeah, I thought that there were moments, probably in every episode, where, and this is a challenge I've seen with this show in general, where the characters take actions that are not indicative of the characters. They're taking actions to advance the plot, right? Mm-hmm. And that was a choice that was made that I felt like was not quite balanced with what they have shown Lan to be.
Yeah, that's when I get upset, is when like you show somebody in 2 seasons one way and then they're like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I mean, me, this is a continuation of.
This is like we're a million times worse in Rings of Power, and like literally why I stopped watching Rings of Power, because the characters drove me insane, because they kept making they were just like one episode they were one way, and the next episode, because it served the plot, they were something completely different.
Yeah.
Just give up. I'm done. But that was the moment. Yeah. Sorry,
For me, no, you're fine. For me, it felt out of character for Lan, except because of the blowing up the Shanshan ship moment. So it like she basically, lands in episode 208, lands just like, we're just going to kill all these people. And she's like, this is what it means to support him. I will let 1,000 innocent people die to save him. She's like.
And technically she wasn't being threatened by those people on the boats herself.
Yeah.
So there's all those questions too.
There's all those questions. And I'm just, this is, it's not in character for Lan, but it's in character with how he was at the end of season 2, where he's just like, all right, this is the deal. This is what I'm in for. I support you. I'm going to back you. I'm doubling down with you. And he's just like, that was the awful realization of that choice to back Moraine. And Moraine's like, I'm doing this. So you're doing this. And it took Nynaeve screaming out for Lan to break him. And it doesn't fit his character, but it fits where his character is in the story at the end of the season 2.
Yeah, and I don't want to belabor the point too much. I do feel like Daniel Henney did a good job showing his anxiety about not acting. But I also do agree, like it's not really necessarily his character, but he is ride or die for Moraine, and the one exception he's going to make for the Moraine-ness is Nynaeve.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That was just for me. I wasn't saying that you're wrong. That was literally just for me. I was like, it doesn't feel like Lan, but I know like that's where we left his character with Moraine at the end of season 2, so it still worked for me.
I don't feel like it was quite as much of a stretch as some other, like the Ring of Power stuff.
It certainly pissed me off, though.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was yelling. Yeah, I was yelling the first time I watched it. Absolutely. So I have, I think, 2 Stone Dog moments. One serious, one a bit silly.
Okay, what? Tell me.
So the serious one would be we've already kind of discussed it, like the fake out deaths or the over injury. Where people are like stabbed 27 times, take an axe to this, like the amount of injury people go through, and then like the next, we'll have a coffee break in 5 minutes and be fine, and the silly one actually comes from the shredding. It's just like, open the door.
Yes.
Oh my god, that was so silly.
I'm like, that was just silly, and we could just.
Like, I know, because they were just like, we're coming.
They're not even like knocking on the door. You can just tell by the way they're both like this. Look, I'm knocking on the door, and I'm like, that's not. Yeah. Okay,
like it would have been fine if if they only filmed it and showed like a half a second of it, but they leave the camera on them for like 4 seconds. You're like, do we need 4 seconds of them looking stupid? No, we do not. We do not. Like, you could just pan the screen and show all the chaos going on, right? Because what I didn't love about that is that there were women in there like dying, and you didn't see like anything in like of the warders like freaking out, right? Like they were just banging on the door. Like some of them should have been like paralyzed after 2 seasons of warder Aes Sedai bond being shoved down our throat. Those guys should have been freaking out. Like they should have been like having some mental breakdown out there, but they were just banging on the door. Now I know that was Yvonne and Maxim in the front, but there were a ton of warders out there.
Oh yeah,
like
that's
could have been like 30 or so.
It's a really good point.
Silly. Leigh-A, what about you?
I still don't really have any that I could leave behind. There were like little nuances, but I think chat has a whole bunch of it that I can go through if y'all are ready.
Yeah, tell me. Go for it.
Mel, did you go yet?
Yes,
I did.
Okay.
Yes.
So Skeeter says Matt's bubble of evil was meh. Which I do agree with. He's just staring at cards that are animating. He's having a really bad time.
It was hard to tell because of the way that the soundscape was, but he like the battle sounds were like overwhelming his head too. So it wasn't just the cards.
Yeah.
What else? Chat?
Mary says Perrin taking an axe between the fingers and it absolutely not ripping his hand off. Though she does like the symbolism of the ring breaking.
That's cool. I love that we have it in Stabbiest Moment and in Honorary Stone
Also,
Dog.
with the ring breaking moment, perhaps there's something for me that adds to this. If you look later on when he buries the ring is sliced in half.
Oh yeah.
Now,
it's
a
like-
ring on a finger to be sliced in half, you would have to slice the finger in half, and it doesn't
Right.
go through
Yeah.
his finger. It goes down the side in between his fingers.
No,
In which case,
I took it as like it was like
yeah,
Yeah.
but if that's not going to be your ring equal in half because it's one side of your finger that it's hitting, so you're going to have a smaller chunk.
Yeah, the whole
and a
thing
larger-
breaks.
oh
into two
valid.
sides.
That's valid.
Yeah.
That's
So,
valid. Oh my
yeah.
god, we're such
Very
nerds.
symbolic.
I know
versus
that
literal.
felt very much like Michael Livingston being like, "That's not the type of arrow you shoot from that bow," you know, like.
Well, that's
Very
how you take
serious
an
here.
arrow out. Yeah.
So serious.
I love this. To be clear, I fucking love this show.
Yeah.
And I
it's
love
so good.
these first
Yeah.
3 episodes. And I love that we just like nerd out about like little things because what else do you have to do except just be like, oh my God, that was great for an hour and a half.
Yeah, I mean, I spent
Because-
45 minutes today taking stills from about 20 seconds of footage to try and like lighten and enhance searching for gray men behind windows. You know,
Did
like-
you find them? Did
Oh,
you
we
find
found
the
some.
gray men?
Oh, we found some gray men, yeah.
Oh, I want to see them. I want
Yeah.
to see them because I looked just from watching and I couldn't find them, so I'd love to see them.
Oh,
Right
I
now.
know why you. Okay, I will show them for
not
you.
now, but later.
no,
later,
later, yes.
Okay. Do we have some more from the
Oh, yeah.
phonies?
The 13th depository holding the most dangerous Angreal and Terra Angreal, yet having no Angreal. So, all Terra Angreal. And
All
then
Terangriel and no Angreal. That's
Wait,
valid.
Yes.
there was say that. Sorry, I'm typing
all
slow.
So-
13th D being
Oh.
all Terra and no Sa.
But there was no saw. Okay.
There was
Yeah.
no Sa.
Yeah.
Oh,
Got it.
And I
I
think
feel like for me, the suspension of disbelief on that particular thing is that I think in my head, the 13th depository is much larger than we're seeing.
Mhm.
And we're only seeing like the ante room of the 13th depository and not the
Yeah.
whole thing. That's how like I'm kind of reading it because in the interrogation scenes with like Nynaeve and Elaine, there are like pathways, like because they're constantly cutting the camera to like different angles, and you could see beyond them into like other rooms and not out back into the hallway.
yeah, I
into
think we
other
just haven't explored
So
it
I think
completely
I
yet.
think she got what she thought she could grab in the moment, and we only saw what was
Yeah,
right
Because
there.
there was one specific thing they wanted, and because the Andrew's like,
Yeah.
"Did you get it?" And then
Yeah.
Naomi's like, "And anything else I can get my hands on."
Right.
So
before
what they
she had to
wanted
wrap
was
it.
in that ante room there. And
Yeah,
then, yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
that's
So
quite possible.
that's my mental justification.
totally
that
missed-
it's like bigger than that.
You know what? I want like someone like maybe Todd Draws. I wish that he would just do a Todd Draws of Naomi, like picking up the doorway and like carrying it on her shoulder, like a giant doorway, just like
the
carrying
redstone's
it.
away.
Right.
I don't
you
know
totally
about you
missed
guys.
one.
Were you guys totally distracted by the interrogation of the Black Asher with the doorway like right behind them? I'm like, what happens if they like slap him silly and they just
Oh,
fall
I
through the
didn't
doorway?
even notice that.
It was in there the whole time, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's the doorway!
No,
The
they're
doorway
just
is there!
sitting
The
there.
doorway is there!" They're just like talking in front of the doorway.
All right, we've got
Okay.
2 more
Okay.
for the Honorary Stone Dog.
Wow, we found a lot of these.
And,
We got
and
that.
I got this one.
we were talking over it, so
yeah.
so even though I popped it up, I wanted to just verbalize because I think we've all agreed, we kind of mentioned it before, that after like the complete meltdown, everybody's just clubbing and hanging out and
Yeah, it's weird.
whatever, chilling. So it was like
That's
Two-
so funny. They
very
didn't
very
even,
quick
like,
of a turnaround.
it was a very long day. There were a lot of very long days in these
Yeah.
episodes.
Yes.
It was a lot of stuff shoved
Like,
in 60
Elaine was
minutes.
trying to
And-
go through the arches tonight. It was like a
Yeah.
very long day.
Yes.
And the
And
last
then,
one.
Our last one is Matt just leaving the ornamental mirror on random bar tables.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And I do think that
Sometimes you just gotta like leave it around places, all right? This is a bulky item, okay?
And actually, I'm gonna riff off of what Tree said because that kind of did drive me crazy. I feel like Moraine would have reiterated to Matt.
They had
multiple
30
times.
days on a fucking boat. Like, did
Yeah.
she not say,
Do
hey,
not.
put that away?
Yeah, do not do not just tell people that you were.
I do agree that the stuff that Swan told Matt feels like
Yeah,
stuff that
Nomen Garden
Moraine
for
would
sure.
have told Matt.
Yeah. So that is.
Ramen rattle for Nomen Garden. I'm sorry.
Way to go. That was
Leanne
good.
was the one who was clubbing.
That's good.
Okay, I have one really quick.
Sorry. Okay,
No,
great.
you're fine. To add to this, then we can move on. Okay, so mine is the utter no aftermath of the shredding. Like you see just like everywhere. You see like the shredding blow up like 2 floors, pretty much 2 sets of windows where they are, right? Completely blows them up where most likely the tower might shift a little. There would be rubble everywhere. Then there's the fighting in the streets, and yet like nobody in Tarvalon in the streets are freaked out about it. The next scene, everything's perfect back on the walls of the building from the outside.
But it's not.
Where did you see anything
So
that was not
Elida
perfect?
walks in, and
And she's cracked.
there's a crack
A single crack.
in the pillar.
I'm talking
one of
about like if a major high rise in your city blows up, there's going to be panic in the street. Okay, like nobody in the streets. They're all just
Magic
like
curfew.
they're all just like hanging out, selling their wares later in the day, and it's like no big deal.
It's
Like,
the
it just-
Aes Sedai. Let the Aes Sedai. Obviously, this happens all the time at the tower. Like things just
Tarvalon's
blowing
just like, we
You know,
don't
fire
go there.
tower
We
blowing
don't
up.
go there. That's Aes Sedai business.
Yeah, I mean,
anyway,
you're
that
right.
was
Lisa,
really
yeah.
annoying to me.
It's
That's
you're
really
right.
funny. I
Yeah.
love it.
All right, best bonkers moment.
I have a
Run.
bonkers moment.
Go.
Okay.
It's probably a bonkers moment that most people won't expect, but my bonkers moment of episode 1 was it's not the action so much as this face when she's doing it. And this is Gideon torturing
Like having an orgasm.
torturing Jaheim to make him say yes, I want to be a grey man, and creating, and then the creation of the grey man. So like just the grey man. Yeah,
It's the this for me. It's the this.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
putting her fingers in his mouth.
Oh
Yeah. Like that whole thing, that whole grey man moment was just
Fingering his
bonkers to
mouth.
me.
That
Yes.
was also
So
mine.
The whole moment, not just the.
that
Not
was
just that
also
little-
mine.
Yeah. The creation of the grey man. Yeah. So
I also love the way she says, Chai Chim.
Chai Chim.
that was too good an imitation, Mel. I'm a little concerned right now.
I've been saying it all day. I just
My
love
favorite.
it. I love it.
I love her. Stop!
Want
Don't
to be
talk.
great,
Stop, don't talk.
Chai Chim. I love it.
Awesome. That is a great one.
Yeah. That was, I mean, there were lots of bonkers moments. Alana just jumps somersaulting.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Just the 3 of them in cohesion fighting, it was
That was
epic.
amazing. That was an amazing battle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chai Chim.
Wait, I need to soundbite that with
God,
some
that is
evil graphic.
So creepy, Mel.
Do we need a palate cleanser? Chai chip.
That was probably my bonkers
So
moment
weird
too.
things that does
For sure.
to me.
Oh man.
I'll say
Oh,
my
Mary Frenzy says something very.
Oh
interesting.
yeah.
Oops, sorry, I took it away. There you go.
I did notice that. Yeah. I loved it.
I have a weird theory about the gray man. You tell me what you think. So we saw the first gray man, and we kind of didn't see him until didn't see his face. And we kind of saw him dead laying there, and he was an old man with gray hair. So
Mhm.
what I'm wondering is, and I don't remember any of this from the book, so just refresh my memory if I'm forgetting. But what if when she actually turns them, their age like multiplies like faster and they actually become gray? Like their hair becomes grayer, they lose it, they become older. Because it seems like even though Jai Chim is like young right now, like that guy was super old, and then the one they show later is not him, it's another
He's
guy.
not him. Yeah.
But he does look older as well. Like either they've been doing this so long, which I don't think so, because they've only been out for 30 days.
A month. Yeah.
So how, did she just pick an old guy the first time, or being gray, does that mean it eats your soul so fast that you just age super fast?
Yeah.
I love that. I don't know.
In the books, it makes them plain, and it's almost like a mask of
They're just
mirrors,
nondescript.
eyes, just like
So
which is like, and people have certain careers specifically within the intelligence agencies because you just look like a nondescript person. Like you are people will not remember you. And that always reminded me of what gray men were. So like the people
That's
who
crazy.
you don't
Like
remember.
they actually pick people who look boring.
Yeah, well, you can train people to like if I didn't wear any makeup and just kind of had frumpy hair and didn't wear jewelry and all that sort of stuff, like I'm also very tall for a woman, so it just makes you more likely to be noticed.
Yeah.
So it's not that they specifically pick you. Obviously they want the skills, but it helps if you can make yourself more just non-noticeable. And those make the best spies and assassins and things like that.
That's cool. So I would really struggle.
Yes. Well, you could dye your hair. There's like things you can do too.
Yeah, I guess that's.
Okay, anybody else? Only
Being
two? Those were the
2% of the
two ones?
population, probably not the right choice. Yeah.
There's got to be more bonkers.
My bonkers moment that I really loved, and it's more of a question about implications for the future, was Jane's like feeling the warders die and just how excited she was for it. She's like, like she's almost having an orgasm as she's feeling her two warders die on her. And she's like, oh, yes, I feel it. And I'm wondering between that and Mageddon, the implications for what Semirog is going to be in future episodes, because Semirog's really the one that enjoys the pain, enjoys that torture.
Is Jian, is she Semirog, maybe?
I don't think so, because she's been around.
Or does she become? No, there is a separate Lady Skane, right? There's a separate actress who's been cast as Lady Skane.
Oh yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
so,
it definitely gave me Semirog vibes for sure.
Yeah, and so like if they have this level, and again, Semirog is just that ratcheted up 10, 20-fold. Like what is Semirog going to be like? Like if Lanfear, like again, there's just like a whole bunch of things, and Jane, I think, is just was my first like
yeah. I would also like to put Naomi double crossing Veren's Les.
Did you notice her dress was kind of red too? It looked red to me.
It is, and it's it's got asymmetrical button, so it's like buttoned on the side, not down the middle, which is very indicative.
Right. What else? Anything in there? Oh, Mary's got a good one.
Mary's the 5 sisters taking on 20 sitters and the keeper and the Amelin and winning.
Sorry, Rob.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of felt like that was believable.
It did feel believable, yeah.
Like it's like that just goes to show how ill prepared the tower really is.
Yeah, and like you say, like the whites, the browns, they were just like, you know.
I'm going to very slowly, Moraine season 1, move my arms like this, and then maybe eventually create a ball of power.
Well, and there's also the element of surprise. Like I don't think anybody who wasn't a Dark Friend expected that. Whereas the Dark Friends are probably like, when we say go, we go.
Yeah, they've been
Yeah.
training for a while.
I think
Obviously.
Alana expected it, Liana expected it, and Swan expected it, and that was it. And
Yes,
and
so
they thought that
reacted very quickly.
and that is part of their hubris, right? Like
But
they
thought it
thought
would be
that those
Landrin
3
only.
people would only need to
Because
would
it was
only be-
only going to be
Yeah.
Landrin that they were going to have to defend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
on top of that, there were, we know, other Black Sisters in the hall.
Right,
So
they're there somewhere.
They're not. Yeah, they're not fighting to like. All they would do is be like, "Well, make sure I don't get taken out by the Black Sisters who don't know that I'm a Black Sister, and I will just not kill them, but I'll still look like I'm doing something."
Yeah.
You know. So there was at least 2 sisters in that room that were not actually fighting. They were
Yep.
just
Well, the
like-
yellows weren't. They were just healing.
Well, one yellow dies, doesn't she? Well, there's one yellow, Zenobia. She's a
A
black.
brown gets cut in half.
popcorn.
brown.
Brown gets cut in half. Popcorn yellow, as we've decided to call her,
Wait,
dies at
who?
the end.
Popcorn?
So,
We just-
like, she's like, "Give me all the tea." Like, when this is brilliant. I don't know. It was just like she needed the box of
Rewind.
popcorn. Yeah, I'm gonna find it. Okay, she like needed the box of popcorn because the news gets revealed, and she basically squeezed about it. She's like, "Ooh,
Oh, I remember seeing that and being like, what the fuck? Like, why are you reacting this
What?
way? Well, she's kind of like clapping about the whole Leandrin conflict
oh wait,
Oh
wait,
my
there-
for the announcement.
1 second. It'll be up in just a moment." So she's like, "You were a dark friend," and then it pops the yellows, and you're just like, "What?" And she looks like she needs like a bowl of popcorn. 'Cause she's just enjoying it so much. Look at the woman on the left. Okay, she's just like, "Oh, this is good."
Yeah, she
Spicy
does. She's like,
popcorn,
ooh,
yeah.
drama.
Yeah. So we called her popcorn yellow earlier because it's like she needs a box of popcorn. She's just like, "Oh, this." Oh,
Well, and she looks
I
like
love
she has
it.
a piece of the popcorn on her.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then the yellow in the middle is Black Sister, and the big bow yellow
She's
is
the one who heals Swan.
She heals Swan. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, we think popcorn yellow dies.
Okay.
Aw. Sorry,
Does Chad
Popcorn.
have any more? Goodbye, popcorn.
I don't think so.
No.
Let's move on to episode 2.
Okay, let's move on.
Yes.
Hold, please. I must do this. Boop. All right. Is there anything else from episode 1 that you want to talk about, though, that we didn't touch on?
I mean, we could talk
There's
for
so many
days.
things.
Okay. All right. All right.
Like, let's stick to our thing.
Let's be organized, people. Come on. Organization.
Because otherwise we're going to be
Stabbiest
all over the place and we're going to
moment.
go to like 2 a.m. and I don't think any of us can like emotionally or physically handle that.
And if we're looking for stabbiest moment,
Yes,
the
episode
shall
2.
we cold open?
Cold open.
perhaps? Yeah.
Just to also reiterate, stabbiest moment isn't literally like a physical stab. It's
The
No, but this
cold
is-
open.
Battle
That was
fight.
the stabbiest moment.
This is like a backstab, like
It is a
politically,
backstab.
as well as actual
Crazy.
stabbing. Like
so
that-
crazy.
That
The
little girl
machinations.
is killed by her brother. Did you catch that? The little girl
Yeah.
killed
Yes.
by her,
It's just like,
They're all their relatives. Every
all
single
their
one of
relatives.
them.
they're killed by
freaking
family.
nuts.
Like, oof.
It's nuts.
I
Yeah.
didn't catch that,
More
Robin,
gays
until I
is a
watched your
biatch.
stream. Because I was just completely blown away. That was a big, like, what the fuck is going on moment for me.
Insane. That was insane.
Yeah, it
That's
was
insane.
so brutal.
Slight deviation from the books.
Okay, I've got one. That's not that.
Yes.
That was definitely like an obvious one, but then I really loved the Swan stabbing Matt with like, she's placating him. Oh, nobody would take the horn out and say there was that they were like, that they had the horn, that they were the horn blower, or heaven forbid they would never get their portrait done with the horn and all this stuff. Like she's just riling him about his actions. Obviously, she knows what he's been doing. That is my favorite stabbiest moment of this episode.
Yeah, I
Okay.
agree.
Wait, was the first Galad and Gawain fight was yeah. So I guess my other favorite stabbiest moment was when Elaine was like, "That's rich coming from someone who's sleeping
Yeah.
with
It'd be
one of
like,
my
Totally.
"Okay."
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes.
Oh. About being a king slayer.
Yeah.
There's nothing I love more than Nynaeve's hypocrisy being pointed out to herself.
Yes,
That's my
totally.
favorite.
Yeah. Oh God.
I love that one so much. Chat, what else? Anything else from chat?
Nothing yet from chat. Just lots of analyzation of the banners. Patrick Lightbody is asking if Light Blinded Fool was the stabby person on the left, slashing his Ken's people throat.
Does that look like Light Blinded Fool? I didn't notice.
I'm not sure.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right, that's it. No more stabby. This wasn't a very stabby episode.
It wasn't a very stabby episode. I think I like all the ones that you guys said. It's just the verbal stabs.
Okay, verbal
Those were good
stabs.
stabs. They were good.
All right,
They were
hand
very
talk
good
of the week. What we got?
You do not belong here.
You like that one?
Yeah, that was good.
I liked how I know it's not a Mies. I know it's fair. But I
It's
liked
fair,
how the sound design for that moment like took the volume up to like 11 just for her saying that line and then brought it back down.
It's true.
It was the way that they did it, like they did it in the books, where it was like a presence that like pushed you out of the dream, right? But they did it with how she's like how loud she was to Egwene.
Yep.
We do have a delayed stab.
Oh, delayed stab. Never delay your stabs, Wetlanders. Come on.
Galad and Gawain doing some stabbing in the rooms besides Matt.
Yeah.
I would like to postulate that what Matt was hearing was Galad with 2 women and Gawain with 0 women. Because Gawain is gay. The gayest. He is so gay. He is gay.
For me, hand talk of the week would be when Perrin talks about, like, you know, I'm not a leader or a fighter or whatever type thing, and then she adds this, like, all right, you can say what you like, but I've seen you fight, you know.
That
Yeah.
was nice.
You know.
I also really appreciated her, like, there's too many trees.
Yes,
Yeah.
Too much water. And the trees are too
So
tall.
good.
Yeah, I've seen you dance. Yeah, and this is a nice place. I mean, still too wet and still too many trees, but you know, cool. But yes, she had reminding parenting fights. Well, yes, that's it.
Peter agrees with that. That kind of general scene that Bane and Chiad are vibing with the 2 rivers and Menethrin. That was also going to be mine. Was I liked that Bane and Chiad are. It's in episode 1, you did see them with a little bit more personality than just we're gonna beat up Avienda and fight a whole bunch of people and kind of just warrior princess energy. So this season, and I think episode 2 was where it really started coming out more, was they're showing that witty banter and even though they are saying literally everything that they mean, like, it's thoughtful and deep. So
yeah, there's more depth to them.
And
I think
it's more
there's specifically Chiad. Chiad has depth. Bane is still not quite anything yet.
Yeah.
But I think we'll get
Agreed.
there. I hope. Right? Because you want to cheer for both of them. You want them both to be their distinct selves.
Yeah.
And I would say that if that was my one complaint about all of the Aiel thus far, is they're all still archetypes and they're all still exposition exposition excuses. Like, they're just walking pieces of exposition. They don't actually have they're not doing anything for themselves yet. They're not developing the Aiel into characters on their own right yet, including Avienda, right? Like, she's still just
we're getting more of Avienda just because she is, you know, a more main character with Rand. But yeah,
Mhm.
there's still not. We're still not getting to know her really beyond
Right.
I have this duty and I don't like doing it, but I'm doing it anyway.
Right.
You know,
Right.
Yeah, she just seems like she's just, because she's first sisters bonded, she just goes wherever Chia goes and agrees with whatever Chia agrees with, which maybe that's how they're playing it, but I'd like her to have a little more personality.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is kind of how it is in the books. Like, Chiad is the one that does kind of deviate outside of the couple a little bit more, and Bane is just along for, like, I'm just going because Chiad wants to go, and I love Chiad.
Yeah.
So like, it does seem like that relationship is following that vein of the books
Yeah.
a little bit more. But I do agree, like, they all have personalities. They are actual real people.
Yes.
Yeah. We just haven't seen it yet.
No. All right, I've got one. It's another Chiad one. I loved the lion versus the bear metaphor. I thought that was very Aiel thinking. Like,
it also
fuck it.
isn't. Yeah, is that a line from the books or is that just me making that up?
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like it is a line from the books, but
But
Mary like, has her.
I feel like that was a wise one said that in the books and not.
yeah, like I feel like that's a very, like, you're gonna have to fight anyway. So what's the difference?
We're trying to help Blue Cyan tell Bane and Chiad apart. So Bane is the hot one, and then Chiad is the hot one.
Right. It's true.
Thanks, Mom and Guardian.
Okay,
That's
Bane is
very
the tall one. Chiad is
with the Bane is
slightly
the bow
less
and
tall one.
arrows and like all the extra weapons.
Bane is
Yeah.
the big one, as in tall. Chiad is the small one, as in cute. I don't know.
They're both cute. I mean, let's
They
go.
are, yeah.
Yeah.
I just think like, you know, Bane bigger, taller, you know, be
Reefer
Bigger,
Bane.
taller, beefier.
Reefer Bane.
Reefer Bane.
Do we have any other hand talks of the week from
We
the Foldies?
do.
Okay.
Teresa is Bane and Chiad asking leave to protect your hold roof mistress. To
Oh,
Mistress
yes.
Alma.
Yes, that's so good.
I have to admit, I didn't like that part. That was going to be my stone dog, but we'll get. I'll wait
Hey,
till
no,
we
you
get
can
to
put
that.
it there too.
Yeah.
What? I squeed out loud. I just loved, like, hearing the word roof mistress. And I did want them to present a gift, but
Yeah, they needed a guest gift, in my opinion, but
and so
I
maybe
guess
that's
they
my
didn't. Yeah.
anyways.
Okay.
all right.
Anything
Any other hand
else?
talks?
Does not look like it.
All right.
Okay. Stone Dog, go.
Okay.
Who's got-
Okay. So since
Well,
we
we
brought it
yeah.
up, so my challenge with that particular moment in the show was that Bane said something, Chiad said something, and nobody reacted in any way whatsoever. Like, I wanted Marin to at least like
Acknowledge it.
like in the books, like she did this thing that was so beautiful that she just like was warm and welcoming and acknowledged it and like honored their
Why can't I
clear honoring. And instead, and it was also the way that they said the lines was like they did not expect any response whatsoever. It took me out of the show because it was almost like they said the lines like they were like throwaway lines.
Right.
As opposed to the way that they were in the books, which were very clear, like requests, which required a response. And the way that they presented the lines in the show, it was just like something they said that you like weren't supposed to understand.
No,
and I didn't like that.
The presentation of the guest gift also helps with that aspect of the ceremony.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like, you're expected to bring a guest gift to the roof mistress as a thanks.
I agree, but yeah, but
was
even
not
with
explained very
even
well.
without that,
Yeah.
like I have I request leave to defend your hold. Like Marin should have been like,
Oh,
thank you for coming to
okay.
protect us, like, or whatever. Like, she should have responded in some way. And
Yeah.
instead she just continued her conversation with
Or
him.
not,
Yeah.
and they should have explained it because they don't really know Aiel culture at all. So she
but-
should have been like,
but-
"What do you mean?" And they're
Yeah.
like, "Well, a little
Like
exposition."
The way that Bean and Chad said it was like they did not expect a response, and
Yeah.
that frustrated me.
I feel slightly more validated in my honorary Stone Dog choice now, because I was just going to say
What's
Marin
yours?
Alvear, just in general.
Oh, you didn't
I
like
didn't-
her.
It's not, I didn't like her. There was something that took the entire time of seeing her before I felt like she fit. It was like, yeah, she didn't, there was, she didn't feel like she was playing the part right. I don't know how else to word it. There was something missing in her performance. I'm not saying it was
Isn't she
bad.
the third Marin Alvear we've had?
No, only the
Second.
second.
The second.
Only the second.
Oh,
Yeah.
there was someone I thought already changed.
There was a third
Mother?
Ivan.
No,
Wasn't it
the
no?
third?
Was it-
No, second Ivan.
Second Ivan.
I thought there was another person in the Alvear's hold that, or somewhere in the Two Rivers that had already changed to another person. I thought I was Marin Alvear, but no.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't know. I can't think of anybody who changed 3 times.
What
Yeah,
about you, Leigh-A? Do you have a honorary Stone Dog moment?
I have a big one, and
Bring it on.
I think it's because I'm hoping that there's payoff in the future, but that cold open, I don't really understand the purpose of it. I get wanting to show something big and dramatic there, but I don't understand the purpose of having Marquise, who in the books is this very magnanimous ruler, and that's something that she has instilled in Elaine. Like, and Elaine's not a cutthroat person. To have a literally a cutthroat mother, like inciting relatives of women to murder them after this war, as I had a right word and then I forgot it. Like, it's not retribution, but like it's an homage to the winner. Like, that just was a little bit too far for me on the believability factor. And I don't know what the payoffs down the line are going to be, but right now it's just like it was almost there just for the shock factor, and I don't understand it. And
I am agreeing. Mary Frenzy's in there. She's saying it was a bit too much of a Game of Thrones wannabe, and that's exactly what I said when I saw it. It was like, that was very Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that was very
like,
Red
literally what I
Wedding.
said.
Yes. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think, and I know I have said this probably in multiple shows. I think because this is like a make it or break it season, that they're just amping up a bunch of shit that maybe doesn't need to be so amped up to make it so shocking that people are going to talk about it. And it's really not so much for the stories. And maybe we'll be wrong. Maybe we'll find a real purpose for this backstory Morgaze, which I don't think was necessary. Maybe, but I do feel like they're like, let's make this 11-minute open be bonkers, and let's also do this, bubble of evil, make it crazy, and let's do this crazy open, and let's do the other red wedding in episode 3, and it's like literally red wedding. Like it's
Patrick and Tree.
Yeah,
Patrick and Tree have some interesting ways to talk about it. So Patrick says he's hoping for it's a setup for really vicious, enduring politics later on. In which case, when you do rewatches, this would be a great scene.
Yeah, exactly.
But initially, you're right; it's a bit shocking. But then Tree's coming and thinking, "Oh, I think Elida influenced it," and it's kind of what she hinted at with Min later, that she had a vision that these people would start another succession war, so they gotta die.
Yeah,
and if that's the case,
it seemed like it came from Elida.
Yeah.
And not necessarily, and Morgaze went along with it.
Yeah, I thought it was weird that Elida was the one that put the crown on Morgaze.
That was definitely
nice to die. Like, That she should not have been doing. She should have just been standing there giving side eye. Like, there's no reason for her to be putting the crown on Marquise's head.
Yeah, what's happened is
Yeah.
if one of them who didn't have an Aes Sedai advisor had won the succession.
Yeah, they would
war,
have
it just
someone
been-
else who specifically does that for the queen.
Yeah,
But they've had an Aes Sedai advisor for
For
1,000
1,000
years.
years.
yeah.
1,000 years.
They've had an Aes Sedai for 1,000 years.
1,000 times 1,000, you know.
1,000 years.
I have
Most
two
powerful
Stone
Aes
Dog
Sedai
things.
advisor.
Okay, what are your
For
two
this
Stone Dog
episode.
moments?
I have a lot of Stone Dog moments, but this one, in general, I feel like they're making the three main young men that are our main characters kind of dumb. And I feel like Perrin saying, "Oh, I don't know why the White Cloaks will be following me," is so stupid. Like, he seemed shocked that they would be after him. Like, really? Like, you killed, like, the
You escaped
commander.
from them, and then you kill.
Why wouldn't they be after you? Like, it's so stupid. Like, come on, man. Like, you have
Yeah.
to know in his depression.
I think it was meant
in their
to
defense,
imply...
Aaron is dumb.
Yeah.
So
I
this book
we're
accurate
talking
that
about
he's
the
a dummy.
show, not the books. Like, in the show, they don't really show him as being any less smart than anyone else. So I don't think that's true in the show. But
I'm
I
with
just thought
Norman
that was
Gunn here.
weird.
Not like fully, but I think the intention of that moment was to be like, he's shocked that they went to the two rivers for him, as opposed to shocked that they were chasing him. Like, he probably expects that I need to watch for White Cloaks the rest of my life, but he's probably is shocked that they've turned up at the village, and that was the intention, I think, and it was
Maybe.
delivered in like, oh, why are they chasing me, rather than like, why are they here chasing me?
I mean, Dane literally says, "Okay, two rivers." Like, he calls them that and identifies he knows where he's from. He kills his father. Like, it's
but I don't
like-
know that Perrin's connecting those two things.
just-
That there's a
it
father-son
seems stupid.
dynamic, or
Yeah, no, I do.
I
get
agree that it lessens Perrin's impact of returning home by not giving him a motivation other than just like, I want to go.
I don't
home.
want to do this anymore. Yes,
I want to.
exactly.
I don't understand why they chose, if they were going to do the White Cloak storyline, why they chose to not inform them
or any attacks.
that there were
by
White Cloaks in
Trollocs
the
or things like
rivers.
that.
You know
Like,
what I mean?
obviously, Egwene's been communicating with her parents, and this
Clearly.
they indicate that the Trollocs have been going on for months,
Clearly.
so they could have set that up. Like, there is shit
Yeah.
going on at home, and not just like Rand saying he'd prefer to go home, and Perrin delivering on that hope and dream that Rand also has been verbalizing.
Yeah. But what I mean,
To me.
it's gonna pay off. But yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
There's just like moments in all these episodes where the boys are portrayed as stupid and they are not. And we get all this and I love all the female things going on in this show, trust me, but I don't love that the boys, technically they're like 21, are being portrayed as kind of stupid. And I don't love that. I've seen instances with Rand, Matt, and Perrin. Now, book one, sure, that's fine. Like, they're kind of silly in book one, season one, but by Shadow Rising, they're not. Like, they've
got a lot of life
they've
under their
grown,
belt.
right?
Yeah.
I feel like this is how they should have portrayed Rand, Matt, and Perrin in like episode 1 through 4 of season 1. Yeah, so I guess I feel like
I get that.
they're not giving them as much as they should, but please let's focus on some Aes Sedai, shall we? You know, like it's another just unbalanced support of their characters, in my personal opinion.
Sure.
But, yeah, I just don't love that. I don't think he's dumb. I don't think Matt's dumb. And I don't think Rand's dumb. But sometimes they're dumb on this show in this season.
I
mean,
think
I would
I
argue-
think Perrin is dumb all the way through the books. To be clear.
For the record, I think Matt is not. I think Matt is dumb until. Oh God.
I mean,
Until
for
he
a fairly
until he
long
gets-
time, he's a dummy.
Yeah. Until he.
And then Brandon like makes him dumb again.
Yeah, like
It's true. He
I would
gets
say,
real
like
dumb.
the Black Aja Resh of the Girls things. He's being like he's not stupid, but he's behaving dumb.
He's doing
Yeah.
that willfully. So he has his moments of brilliance in the books, but for the most
When
part, he is acting a fool
Yeah.
out of
He's
Yeah.
personal
cool,
choice.
but
Anyway,
Not
yeah.
dumb.
I get where you're coming from, Amis.
Yeah.
You said you had 2, sorry, didn't you?
I had 2. I have one more, and this is going to be in my episode. This is going to be in every episode, Honorary Stone Dog, until it goes away.
Do it.
I'm putting it in.
Moist, quiggly down.
Down under.
Fucking hate that thing so much. Cannot stand it.
We had a theory. We had a theory about this earlier. So she put this on in between takes. This was just like a random hat to keep the sun off her in between
They
takes.
just
and
kept
things like that.
filming.
They
And
just
then the
forgot to
problem
take
is-
it off.
They forgot to take it off in a scene, and it was not until like they'd moved on to another set, and they were looking back, and they were like, "God damn it, continuity error! You have to keep wearing the hat, Maureen."
I would buy it. I would
Cannot
buy it.
stand it. That is something I could find at Target today if I want. Like I don't want to see things I can buy today. I realize like we're in the past, maybe things stick around, but like I don't know. It just drives me insane. So that's my other one.
Yep, gotcha.
What about
All right.
chat?
Okay, Bonkers Banana.
So here is Elida being set down and then getting back. Oh wait, that was great.
Wait,
Sorry.
that
is that
was-
a positive
That
one.
was in response to somebody else said.
Yes, I'm stretching because
I
I love it.
didn't
Here we
like-
go. So here was the. So it's 2. So we're gonna have another
Sutama
dual
rejected.
category one that is the same thing.
Okay.
So Blue Science says I'm stretching because I love this episode, but Satsuma rejecting Elida's gift was
Satama.
thank you, was
Mhm.
almost too petty. And
Yeah.
it's more of a general comment. It's not necessarily a stone
Well,
dog.
and she insults her.
Yes, very insulting.
Yeah.
I love it. I love
Like
it.
it's
I
tacky.
thought that was
like,
good.
It's tacky. It's something you would like. It's very
Yeah.
petty.
It's too gaudy for me.
Gaudy. That was the word she used, not
Yeah.
tacky. And then Patrick like body. This isn't a specific stone dog, but he is guessing that we'll rank episode 2 the weakest of the season when we're done.
I don't know
Even though
that.
it's
I
still
still think it's a great episode.
No, even though
funny,
it's still
but I
pretty
love
good, but
it.
it might be the. But he's guessing. He's hypothesizing. So this is something maybe we could have put in our.
Let me go look. I did have. Right, so someone on the show did say to me that they reckon 5 might be the weakest episode.
Hmm.
Who said this?
Someone on the show.
Oh, I thought you meant our show. I'm like, did we
No,
say
no,
that? Got
No,
it.
no. But yeah,
On
someone
the show.
on the show reckons that 5 is a little weak compared to the other episodes.
Well,
And
it sucks because it's right after Meridian, right? Like everything's going to be not as
Yeah.
good. I just believe.
And they the
I
quote
have
is
another honorary stone dog. Sorry.
yes.
literally it's just because they say because the rest of the season is so strong. So yeah, I'll be curious to see what we think of episode
Okay,
5. when it
well,
comes around.
Yeah, that was
that was
Patrick
Stone Dog.
that said that, right? So Patrick, we'll see after we see episode 5 which one you feel is weaker. We'll make
Yeah.
the same chart for that one. Okay,
Mhm.
Mel, go for it.
Sorry, last one.
Last one.
I really hated, and again, a character's action driving plot more than a character actually doing it. Avienda being like, "Who did you tell you were coming here? Who did
That
you
was
tell?
weird. That
Who
was
Yeah.
did you
weird.
tell?" And it was just like,
Because it's her family.
it's her people, and
Right,
also
yeah.
like they're talking about the dream world, and like clearly they're gonna learn that you can talk to like the wise ones can talk in the dream world. Like the wise ones could have just been like, "Hey Avi, we know you're coming. We're gonna go meet you." Like, why did she do that? That was so strange.
That was so weird.
It was
Out of
so
character for her.
weird. And like, why would she be mad that they were there? I don't understand why she.
I
like,
didn't understand that either.
I didn't
In fact,
understand it. And then they didn't explain why she was mad they were there.
No, it was so stupid.
They just
Yeah.
showed up and then Bear spouted prophecy like a weirdo.
Yeah,
Mhm.
this is, I forgot I had another hand talk of the week. It's the Aiel jumping out of the bushes that
Yeah, that
you
was
didn't see them.
that part was great. them
That
coming
part
out of
was good.
nothing was great. But
Yeah.
just like the fact that Avienda is yelling, "Who did you tell?"
Yeah, totally, Mary. Did you put the name on the goblet of fire?
It still is. That's exactly
That
what it
is
was.
so true.
I was like, why? Why are you yelling about your daddy coming?
Yeah, I know. I'm like, this is your clan. What's
it
happening?
It
Yeah.
should have been them being like,
Also,
whoa, why are all these
okay.
people here all of a sudden? And Avienda being like, surprise, here's the Aiel.
Also,
You know?
like if she's a maiden, her first response should be to flip around and get ready to stab someone if she doesn't know who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were all veiled when they showed up.
Yeah, so it did not seem in character at all.
It didn't
Like,
read
was
well
weird.
to
I
me.
mean,
Yeah,
this
it
is
didn't
not
work.
like when a samurai pulls out their sword, they have to actually slice someone. Like, you can put up your veil and not stab someone.
No, but like if she's worried who it is and she's not saying it's her family, like she thinks she would know it's her clan coming and she wouldn't
Yeah.
freak out. She sounds like it's someone they don't know, so therefore she should veil up and like be ready
True.
to fight, not be yelling at
Yeah.
these people,
That's fair.
the Wetlanders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it just is.
And
weird.
she's just more like embarrassed that she didn't know they were showing up. I don't know.
We got caught sneaking in with Wetlanders. Oh no.
I'm in
no.
trouble.
Except that's literally what she was sent to do.
How
And
are they
she
going to
literally told
tell
everybody she was
that
sent.
the Aiel are showing up? So
Yeah.
like,
Okay,
that was
again,
also-
Avi, I think
Yeah.
she has problems in general, not
Yeah.
just in the
She does.
show.
All
I
right,
do not love
bonkers.
her.
All right,
Bonkers moment.
bonkers.
Knockers. Oh my god, we
I
have
have
one
a-
more episode to go, guys.
Okay, go.
I have a bonkers that's not
Do
like
it.
bonkers, but was bonkers for me. And
Yes,
that
for
is Ogier fucking Waygates.
Yeah.
Like
That was awesome.
those gates, those doors, the trefoil leaf, the whole 9 fucking yard of it was
That was
just.
beautiful.
I was like, yeah, it was
You
good.
were like, what? Wait, I missed that. Can you do it again?
I feel, and I've noticed this in every episode, that they're really retconning their mistakes from the past in this season. Have you noticed? Like, oh, well, the fandom was really pissed. They didn't show the leaf, and only Moraine could go like this and open the fucking doors. So we're going to put it in this season. Yeah, I just like, there's been a few moments where like they're calling back to like season 1. Like, one of them was cute with Rand saying to Egwene, like, when they're talking about what was her experience like in the arches, and she's like, I can't say. He's like, well, you can tell me it's good or bad. That was the exact conversation they had in season 1. But there's a few other things where they correct themselves from their past episodes in these episodes. It's weird. So, but I'll take it. I love the
it's fine.
Waygate.
Yeah. Any other bonkers moments?
Oh yeah.
My bonkers moment was mostly because I was reading these scenes as a completely different thing, and then I was proven wrong. It was that Lanfear was the one who was torturing Egwene as Rena. Like I was not thinking that was what was happening. I was thinking that Egwene was just having nightmares, you know.
Ah.
And so then when it turned into Lanfear, I was like, oh shit.
Mhm.
That to me was like, oh man, of course it's her. But like, so she's like at the same time she's like smooching Rand, and like that, like the juxtaposition of her like being Rena at like and in my mind it was literally happening at the exact same time. She was being Rena and torturing Egwene and being all like
Flirting with
I am
Rand.
vulnerable and flirty with Rand.
Totally, yeah, setting up a
That's
dream
insane.
shard.
That's
Possibly
insane.
setting up a dream shard where, like, it's almost like
whatever she was doing, but
something
yeah,
like an
like I
automated
was like,
thing where
ah,
she's
Lanfear gonna Lanfear, and she's totally like in full Lanfear form. I thought,
which gets back to my
pretty
oh shit
bananas.
from the previous episode was like, and again, there's a lot of things that I think are leading up to potentially, hopefully, Semarog just being fucking crazy, and it's like Lanfear Lanfear doing crazy shit like this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that Semi is being if Semi is the Semi from the books. Anyways,
Yeah. I've got one.
Go for it.
Okay.
So I'm mostly impressed by this. That literally at all times Ravine has been compelling people all the time to make everyone that he comes in contact, one, know who he is, and two, that he's been hanging out with more gays for over a decade. He has
Everyone.
literally been compelling
Every
everyone.
person he runs
Elaine,
into.
like, I wonder when Elaine is, if that's gonna break ever, or just wait till he dies. But like, when she's gone somewhere else, will she start remembering? I don't know. But like, Elaine, the boys, her brothers, more gays, everyone in Andor. And then as soon as he meets like people, they take a second and then they're like, yeah, okay, Gabriel, I know who you are. Like,
Yeah.
he's constantly compelling people all the time. It's bonkers to me.
That's cool.
That
yeah.
really fits
And I
that,
love
yeah.
how they played that in the show. I thought that was really well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, because initially, I was watching that, and particularly with Leigh-A, I was just like, "Oh,
Why are you so
like,
nice?
Yeah, but also not just why she's so nice, but I was like, oh, is this dude like disappeared for like 20 years or whatever? And they know him from when he was like a very young man, and now he's like a man who's like in his prime or just beyond or something like that. Like they haven't seen him for 20 or 30 years. And she's like, shit, what was your name again? Oh, Gabriel. Yes, so good to see you again, type thing.
Yeah,
And
I didn't catch it with Leanna, but then when the Elaine thing happened, I was like, oh.
That was it. Weirdly, it was when they were having a drink later on that I was just like, why the fuck? When did she get compulsed by him? Like, when did that happen?
When she walked in the room.
And she just had this very polite pause of like, I don't know who this person is.
Yeah. But
then
then
everybody's quiet.
But that's when my brain went, wait, everyone's pausing when they meet him for the first time.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I'm like, oh shit, that's why Leigh-A didn't recognize him at first, and then was like, oh, Lord Gabe. Yeah, my brain just went, idiot Rob.
No.
No, it's
that's
very
what I'm
tricky.
meaning. I think it was very well done.
Oh, it was so well done. Yeah. It didn't feel awkward and weird. It felt just like, everyone paused.
And it was
different
subtle.
amounts.
It was subtle enough that you get it in.
Yeah.
Like you get it after the third time. You're like, oh, right. And then but it wasn't like, did you put your name in the comment?
Please tell me someone has done that line to Richard. To Michael Gambon at some point that someone's just rushed in the room, and be like, Michael, did you put your name in the comment of fire?
It would be really funny if someone make a super cut of Bobby Enda screaming that on the top of a mountain.
Who did you tell?
Wait, that's another soundbite I need to do, isn't it?
You should do it. Yeah, you should.
Who did you tell you were coming?
Leigh-A, did you give us one yet?
No, well, mine was going to be Ravine compelling everyone else. But I also really enjoyed the tease of the potential Matt quarterstaff fight.
Oh my God.
I do like Gowan is completely 100% douchey. Galad is like mostly perfect for like who Galad is supposed to be. And
gay or not, he is douchey.
I did enjoy their fight, and I enjoyed the sassiness of Elaine and Nynaeve's quippiness back and forth as Matt's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I really loved that scene so much. Probably a little bit more than I should have. Actually,
I think everyone enjoys this, don't you say?
Doesn't everyone enjoy this?
To quote Nynaeve, yes, doesn't everybody enjoy this?
I think this is a thing for everyone.
Yeah, agreed.
I think this is the thing that everyone enjoys. Yeah,
I think I love that they clearly put that in specifically for the book fans.
Yes,
all of the teases in specifically for the book fans.
Yes,
I thought that was really, really funny.
Oh, that's one we should have put in for episode 1. Actually, is best bonkers moment. It was Matt going around and being like, "Hey, have you ever realized that the tower looks like a giant?"
I can add the penis joke back in.
Penis joke.
I never expected such a blatant fourth wall kind of break for the fandom specifically.
So good, so good.
If I
and like Rand and Egwene are laughing, and Nynaeve is like,
yeah. Please tell me. Yeah, when you all watch that, please tell me you all laughed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
Because the
Yeah.
cinema burst into hysterics when it happened. It was
Oh,
just
yeah.
so good, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Oh yay!
yeah.
Oh man, I'm so happy
Okay.
for you. You guys got to experience that all together.
Oh, man. Yeah, it was so good. All right. So,
I
episode 3?
have one more. Do you have
Okay,
any
one
more
more.
from chat? I'll type
Yes.
mine while.
Yeah. So that's the next
How
episode.
do you spell her last name? Yarle. How do you spell Leandrin's last name? Is that right?
I don't know.
Not the
No.
slightest idea.
That red wedding was literally.
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
but that
that
wasn't
was-
their name. That wasn't their name. It
Oh.
was some other name. It was
It
like
was her
Was that
husband.
episode two?
families, though.
Le Fouque or something.
Wasn't
was-
that episode 2?
No, that was episode 3, wasn't it?
That's
Are you
episode-
sure? I thought it was episode 2. Is it?
No, it's
episode
3 because they haven't gone back and
Oh.
found the mark yet.
Yeah, it's
All
episode
right.
3.
Let me take it out. I'll put it in episode 3 then.
All right. I think I already posted this at Gnome Garden. Love the
Yes.
tiny
me too.
pauses. Yes.
Yeah.
So he posted that earlier than our conversation, so I don't think I popped that up. And then this is the
Oh,
the
this is
converse
the
of the
Bonkers.
stone dog. Like Gnome Garden did enjoy Elaine being set down and then
Oh.
getting back at Satsuma.
She got that down. She got up and
Yeah.
down. We're never gonna leave her
And then
down.
Peters isn't sure if this is Bonkers or not, but the boys at the inn mirrored the one from season 1. Okay, so this is from episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
No, or is it when they say
did, yeah.
goodbye in episode 2? Don't they say goodbye in episode 2?
No, they said
No,
goodbye in
they did
episode
goodbye
1.
in episode
Oh,
one.
At the end of episode 1.
Yeah, because they're
I'll
going
add that
to
too.
going
Next
to
to
the-
Matt's peanut joke.
I know it.
Okay, episode 3.
Let's
not bad.
go.
We're hour
And
50
then-
in. That's not too
Oh,
bad.
and
not too
here,
bad.
here we have how to
Oh,
spell.
that's how you spell Leandra's name.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
but that is
they
not
weren't
the last
early.
name. Of
Oh,
the
here we
people
go.
who
Here we
are
go.
getting
Here we go.
married.
Here we go.
Lunol.
Oh,
Thank
there's another
you.
one.
Oh,
Jack.
interesting. This was
Wait,
Amarella's torture. So
This is the last name of the wedding.
Oh, okay. hold on.
Lunol.
That's in episode 3.
Caramella's
then.
Said with a
Torture.
very northern accent. Almost Scouse.
Jacques Lunault.
Jacques Law. You know, so yeah. that
Jacques
sounded French.
Jacques
Lunol.
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 Amarella's. Wait.
Lunol.
Oh,
So this
Amarilla.
is Elaine's adversary during the Succession War. Amarilla had a person like
A
that's the
torturer.
old man who was
I
very
remember.
sexually aggressive.
But did he
And-
just die in this scene? Just out of curiosity, I can't
Yeah,
remember if he
For
actually
sure.
died.
He did. He got
Okay.
deaded.
So he won't be.
He got his
torturing
heart ripped
anyone
out.
in
Yes.
season 5.
Let's put that down as the stabbiest moment straight off the bat, shall we?
Okay.
Heart ripped out. So
Done. Okay. Any other bonkers moments in episode 2, people?
No.
No.
Okay, let's do it. We're doing so good, you guys.
Love it.
So good.
These 3 episodes, we knew this was going to be a long,
Yeah, this is gonna be a long day.
long show.
We gotta
because
talk through this shit.
3 episodes is a lot.
We have
talk
things
about.
to say.
I mean, I'm already done with my 0.33 liters of wine, so
All right. Stabbiest
Okay.
moments.
stabbiest moment, go.
Well, I think we already got heart ripping out.
dude get his heart ripped out.
Jacques Lenault.
Lunol.
Right. Oh, right, that's his heart. Right.
It was his heart.
Oh, damn
Yeah.
it. Google fucking Sheets. Or whatever this is. Fucking hate it so much. Okay, sorry. Jacques. No, Q. There we go. Heart ripped out. Bye-bye. Stabbiest. I will agree with that. That's what I had on mine too.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Was the whole
pretty good.
really.
Yeah, that was mine for sure.
Mhm.
That was so bloody.
Yep.
Oh,
It
man.
was very good.
And
What about
then
chat?
and then
Anything else?
Naomi like totally like taking that poor kid and just like fucking her.
The
After
lobotomy.
all of that, she'd been traumatized, and they're like, you know what we're gonna do now is make you brain dead.
Yeah.
Surprise.
How about we just take away everything?
Yeah, we just brain stab you there. So
Brain stab you.
Any other good stabby moments? There wasn't enough stabs in this one.
no, I feel this was a little light on stabby moments.
Okay, first of all, this was the quarterstaff episode. So
Yeah.
But they weren't stabbing. They were just sparring.
that,
But yes,
to me
okay.
that's bonkers. To me, it's bonkers. That's why.
That was-
Well, that's
that
right.
was-
Roof
that was
Mistress can
bonkers.
say it's the stabbiest.
Yeah.
because we said battles or things like that. Like, I
Yeah,
think,
it can be
like,
battles too. That's right.
quippiness, like that was definitely like, oh, people got fucking beat down.
Not saying, and also that there wasn't a lot of stabs in the Red Wedding. It was just like one episode,
Yes.
or one scene of the episode.
True.
Agree.
All right.
Yeah,
Anything else from chat?
there wasn't any particular because we did specifically call the heart ripping out, which is part of that scene, but then the scene in general
Yeah,
was so I very much agree. Trying to think. Yeah, this also is not a stabby stab.
There's the
episode.
two Authons. They definitely got stabbed. So I'm just gonna put an honorary mention. We don't see
Okay.
it, but
Did anybody else notice? That the way that scene was cut in the show is they had the scene with the Aiel Maiden, who we all identified was Melindhra and not
Yes.
Avienda, was
Looking
looking down at them as they're walking
Yes.
toward the caravan
yes,
of dead people.
yes, I did know
That
that.
was
Scouting.
did anybody clock that was maybe a
I mean-
carnage carried out by a singular Aiel?
Oh well, I guess
Because
she
there
could
are
have done it
dark friends
herself.
everywhere. Be
Yeah,
careful.
yeah.
Could have been her.
Did not clock that.
I mean, they say the Shido, so I assumed it was. I mean, again, she's not listed as a Shido in the show, so I didn't make the assumption it was her. But I made the assumption, obviously, it was Shido because they're like, oh, could be the Shido.
But
So
she
if
was
she-
watching them.
Well, she could have already seen that and just like moved on and did not bury them because she's a dark friend. But I don't know if she's a Shido, right? Like, it's like, it could have been her. It could have been her and other people. I don't know.
Yeah. But she watched them walk into that scene,
Yeah.
which I
Did
thought
I spell Tuathon? Is that too many things?
I don't know. Needs
We'll
like
Well,
fix
six-
it later.
six-
We'll fix it
give
in
it like-
post.
It's
give it
good.
like
It's
six
good.
more.
It's good. We know what we're doing.
Yeah,
That's
six
fine.
more apostrophes and I think you're good. All right, I have a hand talk. Sorry, I am down here by the way, folks. I'm just
Yeah, that's fine. It's been a
12
long
Ryan,
hours
over
in
there,
the
Rob.
chair. 12
Go,
hours
Rob,
in the
go.
chair. My
Hand
back
talk.
is not enjoying it.
Oh,
So
no.
I'm having to like lay out a little bit. I would put and this is also a callback to episode 1. I would say land being too hot in the sweat tent as a callback to it could be
Yes.
warmer.
It was
I felt
very
that
sad.
it was, but I just feel
sad.
like that was such an Aiel like hand talk moment. I don't know. It just kind of really fits me.
It was
I
hilarious.
was sad
Yeah.
because he did it. I was just like sitting there being like, say it.
I was waiting. Say
Say
Yeah,
you're too warm.
I
say
wanted
you're
more
warm
rain.
enough.
I wanted Moraine to be
Say
like,
it.
could it be warmer? You know?
I mean,
They
I
just-
wish she would have
Could
said
it
something.
Be any warmer.
Yeah.
She does say something though, like they really like it warm or something like that. So like
And then he said you're gonna miss your baths or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically the entire sweat tent week is
Agreed.
seen as my
Yes.
hand talk of the week.
Yeah, exactly.
The entire sweat tent.
Agreed. Yes.
Oh, so good.
You know, I might have said this for episode 2, but is it this episode where the Aiel jump out and she says, "Who did you tell?" Or was
No,
that
no. It
episode
was,
2?
No,
it was
it-
at the end of episode 2.
Okay,
It was
all
at the
right.
end of episode 2, yeah. So
And then episode 2 ended. The Aiel section of episode 2 ended with Bear just spouting prophecy.
yeah.
Right.
Like that was the first thing she said to anybody.
That was really
Although
weird.
I will say, Bear overhearing Egwene and Rand's private conversation about, like, I think that's the Aiel that was in my dream. She's like,
And she was like, listen,
you were in my
Prophecy.
dream.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good one
that was in this one.
too.
No,
Yeah.
that was
I had just like Shido being Shido, like killing the Tuathon, if it was them.
Okay.
So
I think it was Mel.
Mel just
I
wants
just mean
to
like
be
the assumption is very Aiel to assume it was probably
Assuming
Yeah.
that Shido did it.
It's
Yeah.
very Tardad specifically, because those have a blood feud. I think
So
the
they
Fido
say.
have blood feuds with everybody, but the Tardads are like the highest on the list.
Yeah, they also messed with the blood feud things, right? Because the blood
Yeah.
feuds were between seps, not between clans. But
Yeah.
True.
I would also like to nominate Horny Bane and Chiad for
Yeah. Thank you. 'Cause
Wait,
that was also on my
sorry, equal opportunity Horny Bane and Chiad, because they were like, I don't care if you're not even my species, I still want to make out. with you."
right.
I mean, they were trying really hard in episode 1 to get Loyal. Like, they were like leaning hard in when they looked at Loyal, and they're like, "You want to?" And he's just like, "I don't even know what to do with this."
you can play too.
Yes.
Let me get my notebook and pen.
I can only imagine that this might be like that.
I would play
because
Maiden's
he hasn't said no to them yet. He's just like, I am just going to write my book, and they're like,
Yeah.
that's a not now, but that is not a stop. Don't do it like Maxim does. Like Maxim's like, no, absolutely not. And they're like, come on. He's like, what makes you think I haven't done it before?
I
And
do really love that we're getting Loyal being loyal for the first time. In
Loyal
this
is
season.
just so
Yes.
uncomfortable. and
They're
doesn't
finally
even know what to
giving
do.
loyal lines. It's amazing.
Yes.
It's great. It's
Anything
great.
else from the chat? Anything else from you?
Oh, hold on. These are not necessarily. Hold on. China.
I'm holding. Fingertips are up.
Well, I think this is just a funny
Yeah.
comment that I highlighted.
That-
It's
that's a
not
good one.
necessarily. But all the rest are for other categories that I've highlighted.
To be clear, the book is called G.E.T.O. for Dummies. To be
Right.
clear.
Mel wrote it. Number 1, kill the kill the ones you should never kill and get it blamed on your enemies.
Yeah.
So
So no other hand talk stuff
Okay, let's
from
move
the
on.
chat. It's all Stone Dog or
Okay, Stone Dog, go.
Stone Dog moment. Oh. I need to. flip
Oh
my
wait,
thing.
I had one and I've
I've
blanked
got
on.
one. I'll start off this
Oh
time.
man,
Go
I like
ahead.
Elida giving the secrets to Min was so stupid. She just like tells her a bunch of private shit that she would not tell a servant. She's like, "Oh, just because you're a seer, I guess I'll just tell you."
No,
this
but she
shit."
was trying to manipulate Min into telling that to Swan and Liana so that they would get rid of Sutama,
Yeah.
which is
I don't
exactly
know. I
what she
thought
did.
she was-
Min told them, and then Sutama got told to get out of town, which is what
Yeah, I didn't
Elida
connect
wanted.
those. I thought she was telling him more not about Sutama, but something else. I can't remember what. That was not the main part of the conversation, was it?
The secret,
Elida-
like this is just between us.
Yeah.
No, it was like
was?
it was. Yeah, it was like it
Mm.
was like the call is gonna call a meeting, and we're going to force Swan to send a group to go take out Rand.
I thought that already happened in the show before that conversation, though, that the whole Sutama, like, she got called to Swan's quarters.
No, that wasn't until episode 3.
No, I know, but I thought that was early in the episode. Maybe it's because I watched them back to back while drinking mimosas. I don't remember. Okay, then I retract if that was before that. I thought it was about something else, though.
No, but it was in episode 3. I don't know
Wasn't
what you
3.
mean.
Well, then it's
Yeah.
not stupid if she was manipulating them, though.
She was, but yeah, I mean, but you thought it was stupid, so it counts.
Yeah, so it counts. Yeah.
But I'm not. I didn't remember the two
All right,
Sutama.
I have
Tell me.
probably a controversial Stone Dog moment.
Do it.
I
I have 4 for this episode, so I've got more.
Okay, fair. The whole Nynaeve and Elaine interviewing Amiko and Joya.
That was
I'm
stupid.
just like, I'm
You thought
sorry.
that was stupid.
What the flip are they getting out of them that Full Sisters aren't getting out of them? Like, and they walk in and they're just like, yeah, okay, she's off to
Because
tip.
they're
you know?
killers.
Because they could
They
threaten
can
to
lie.
kill them.
They can lie.
But
Yeah.
like they
Yeah,
haven't
I'm
proven
sorry.
that
Yeah, I
they're
don't know.
killers.
What?
So they
what
were able to
skills-
lie to get Amiko to talk because they lied and told her that Joya had already talked.
I don't know, like what I don't know. I don't see what skills two 20-something-year-olds had that very experienced, much older women would have. It just, I know that it's in the books, like, and they're the Black Aja Detective Agency, but and they try and question them at some point when they capture them later on, but just,
But they
it
don't. They
didn't-
don't get any good answers. They have to wait for
No.
Marine to come in, and then Marine's someone that scares the Aes Sedai shitless.
Yeah,
Because here they're already stilled, so there's no real threats. Like, it's not like tell us something so we don't have to still you.
Yeah.
It's like it's what is a threat? What is a lie that they're gonna say?
Yeah.
They were
it just-
also really good at interrogating Suldam too. So it's just like continuing their
yeah,
kind
it
of
was
terrible interrogation ability.
Well, you
It
did
was.
not know that Elaine and Nynaeve are Starsky and Hutch. I mean, it's perfectly fine.
right. Okay.
Obviously,
I'm learning something new every day. But yeah,
Right.
that was my Stone Dog moment. I literally, my reaction was just like, what? How is this going to work? I don't understand what they're going to gain from this. Surely they're just going to spout shit to them and not get a,
That could have been a scene that did not happen, and it would not have mattered.
Yeah,
Yes,
clearly
exactly.
it didn't, right? Because all they
No, it
needed to
didn't.
do was go look in the library or Baron's
Yeah,
Place or
so-
wherever they were.
Okay, what else?
There was a moment, and I'm blanking on it, where I just went, like that didn't work for me. But I'm forgetting what it was, and I think it was probably a Varen thing. It was probably a Varen thing. I really didn't like the on the noseness about she didn't
The
ask-
Varen stabbing the gray
she
man?
she didn't ask who stabbed the gray man.
Yeah, agreed.
The
She
like
stabbed
breaking
him.
the fourth wall thing. I was like, really? Right now? Like now? Now? I feel like
Of the fucking guy. Like, it's so stupid. Why didn't you just come in and save the day and just be done with it?
yeah, I like I didn't like the way that was handled, mostly because I again took me out of the show. I didn't want show watchers who started to read the books, who were trying to read the books along with the show, to be like, oh, well, clearly Varen's a dark friend, like in season 3. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
And then like the
Again.
payoff that we had in the books way later is basically spoiled for them because the show put it in way early.
I think they're shoving so much in this season to try to advance the story. 1, just in case it gets canceled, and 2, to make it really exciting for maybe season 4. Like, I just think they're putting stuff in earlier than they probably originally planned. That's my thought for a lot of things.
The other Stone Dog moment I had is the fact that like Rima was there and they did nothing to acknowledge the fact that
Yes, thank you.
like Rima was just there. Like, I mean, I'm glad she was there, but it's just like nothing about their shared connection, no recollection of like the fact that they went through things together. Like, I mean, except for the fact that she called her Wisdom, she could have been any other yellow sister.
That was so bad.
I was
hate
annoyed by
so
that.
fucking much.
I was like, especially because she was so impactful as a character in season 2. She ripped our hearts out. And then she's just there.
Mm-hmm.
After
It was
month.
it was almost like
It was only a month, exactly.
it was the equivalent of Loyal getting stabbed with the Shatter Logoth dagger and then just being
I
fine.
still still think that one comes back later on. I still think that was
But don't
great.
forget, we got a bunch of freaking Nynaeve trauma, or I mean, Egwene trauma for the last 2-3 episodes. Can we spend like 30 seconds on Rima trauma? Like, please, her warder dies. She saves the girl's life. She gets taken into slavery. A couple days later, they win the battle, but still, who knows what happens during those? I mean, she's in pain from her warder dying, which again, they've been telling us for 2 seasons as very important. So like, she has a shit ton of trauma, even if she wasn't there. I mean, hell, Eggy was only there like 5 days. So like, she went through a hell of trauma. So it pisses me off. This thing. This is one of my things too. Like, I'm just pissed about this completely. Yeah. Like, I do not like that at all. No offense. I still enjoyed it. I don't like that.
Was it the same actress?
It was, yeah.
It was the same actress.
And she didn't have her cool hair anymore. She's got
she didn't have her cool hair.
Well, and the costume was also even very different.
Like she didn't look like herself.
Again, the costumes are completely different than they were last season.
So, it was really just till now. Like, I thought it was just like I was misunderstanding the name because I didn't have subtitles up.
No, like literally, Rima, and she called her Wisdom. She called Nynaeve Wisdom. So it was clearly the same character.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she's just fine. She's fine. Also, like the whole thing, take the rings back. Take the rings back because I'm not going to be able to take the rings
What
back.
happened to the rings?
What happened to the fucking rings?
Well, when they rescued Rima, she's like, I'll have those rings, please. Thank you. Maybe Rima was like demanding for like a day.
Well, it was.
It would have been like 2 or 3 days. Yeah, maybe.
Like Egwene was only there for like a week. So I mean, like in the timeline, it was like a week.
Really?
So maybe Rima, there should have been an acknowledgement of that. I'm not denying that. But maybe the only real trauma she's going through is losing the warder, which is horrific, obviously. And she didn't really suffer too much as a Damani.
Right, but not even acknowledging, like, this is the whole thing with this show every single season. Like, these horrible things happen, and then it's just like, we never talk about, except for the people that, like, we want to focus our attention on. Like, you introduce these characters, you create these very special moments. Like, the Rima moment shows that they can write a story that in one episode, you feel this feeling, and it's heart-wrenching. So like, don't like ruin that team of writers and what they did in that episode by completely making it disappear. Like, we cared about that character. You made us care. You did your job. Now do your job and make us like finish that, have that closure.
Or not even just continue the story because it doesn't have to be closure, but just like show more than
it's just bad. It's just bad. So anyway, I'm
glad that she's okay though. I'm glad that she got to come back and we saw her. In one sense, like maybe that's just all the closure they had time for, but but like the fact that they went through the effort of getting her back when they didn't need to, right?
Yeah. Because I mean, we have to assume that the only Shanshan that really died were the ones that blew up in the boats, and even some of them could have lived. The people on land where Rima was in the kennels, they could have lived. Like, did they rescue her? Did they have a little extra battle? Like, we can make all these assumptions, but it's like now she's just like, I'm just gonna do some healing, you know, like I just can't do it.
Yeah.
I like her. Give her more. Give her more.
True. Oh. All right. Any more Stone Dog moments?
I have lots more, but I'm letting you guys talk.
I'm done, to be honest, on Stone Dog moments.
I can. So Noman Garden said the only thing he didn't like about the quarterstaff battle was the ending. They didn't do the throat jab very well. So poor finish. And then Frenzy wished that the quarterstaff scene had been in front of an audience.
I know. I mean, obviously, put it there. Frenzy's put it in, but I loved that he didn't have an audience because it wasn't about Matt showboating like it is in the books and being like making a stupid bet he has to back up. It's literally a case of him, dealing with his insecurities and his concerns about what's going on with him, and
Making a bet. He does make a bet.
yeah, but it's not like I am on death's door and I'm getting cocky for an audience.
Yeah. And
It's
there was
like
there was also something about the way that like the Nynaeve, like Galad's like gallant rescue of Nynaeve was just like
So
cockblocked
annoying.
by him.
And men before that. So it was almost just set up that like Galad's just being a dick.
He's
women can take care of themselves, okay, Galad?
He's the epitome of a mansplainer. He's like, are you okay? Do you need rescuing from this guy? No, I'm fine. Let me tell you why you need rescuing from this guy. Shush, lady.
And then come have sex with me in my room later because I deserve it for rescuing.
Right.
Yeah.
So another one, Patrick just wasn't a fan of the cross species stuff. So which is totally valid. It's not your thing, it's not your thing. Frenzy, let me know. I wasn't sure if this was a stone dog or a bonker, so let us know what you think about this. I'm gonna leave it starred. And,
I'll put it here for now.
But then Frenzy did have a big one. The internet dying 20 minutes after the episode dropped. Oh, that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
What are we? Are we the 7th age?
Yes.
Boo.
Alright, and then
I've got one more. I absolutely, and I know it's nice to show empathy, and normally I'm a very empathetic person. I hated that Nynaeve was like, but I think Leandrin was really trying to help me. Fuck that bitch. You should have fucking her. I hate that. I hate that Nynaeve is not
empathetic.
Necessarily her character, that she normally is very stoic and hates all the stuff. Like, oh, I'll just go back to the tower and I'll learn to be better and it'll be fine. Like, no, Nynaeve's like, stop the tower. I don't want to be there. I'll figure it out myself. But no, she's gonna stay. Now she's like, oh, Leandrin, she probably really didn't mean to hurt me. No, she did. Like, just kill her. Like, stop. There's like a lot of emotions in characters that don't need to be there, I think. Is my biggest pet peeve. Like, do we need Lan completely being like super emotional? No, we don't. He just needs to be the warder. Just do the job. Have a little, he is going through his own emotions, but like he literally is emotion-splaining for 3 seasons now. Like, I don't need it. So that's just my own personal thing. Like, I'm glad we see a little bit of it, but let's not like say what Leandrin did was good. She pretty much almost got them killed. It's not okay. Yeah. So that's one of my biggest pet peeves with this.
I'm with you. I get you.
But maybe that's the Aiel in me that would rather just stab it and be done with it.
All right. Any other honorary Stone Dog?
I have one last one. Maxim's dumb braids that do not look real.
He's always had braids.
Yeah.
No, the ones that he has now are like, they're like, fake braids connected underneath his wig that hang down and like these big giant bumps on his head. No. No. They just take them out. They don't need to be there.
All right.
His morning braids.
That was really a petty Stone Dog moment. I acknowledge that, but
okay.
As soon as I saw him, I was like, no.
Bonkers moment.
Bonkers.
Quarterstaff fight.
Quarterstaff. Done.
Yes. Good. Matt dangling from a redstone doorway division.
Yes. Love that.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, that was good.
Yeah, that was a good one. That's what
just on a personal level, Moraine and Lan both being horny for Melindhra. Big fan of that.
Yeah.
Big fan of that.
And I think that's what Frenzy was. I'm hoping that's what Frenzy was saying in this one, but like them trying to get each other laid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can
just
see where that would be a Stone Dog moment too.
Well,
I
I
also
mean-
just think Sweat Tent is also just bonkers. Like that whole.
It's good.
I was losing my fucking mind during that whole. Like, I love that they had everybody together, first of all, because it seemed like in the books it was very like women's sweat tent now and men's sweat tent later. And so everybody's just, it was very equal opportunity. Although I was saying, like, and I don't know if this is a bonkers, but I was like, boobs!
Yeah, we got boobs, we got butt, we got
boobs and butts.
Yeah, boobs and butts.
Which I'm not gonna lie, I was very, like, I don't know if it's a little bit more of the show pandering to an older audience. It was very subtle, it wasn't over sexualized.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Like, it's just normal. Like, hey, we're all hanging out in a sweat tent where it's like literally just sitting here. This is not about sex. Though,
Yeah, because it's when you're cleaning, the intention of a sweat is
Lan and Moraine.
Except for Moraine and Lan and Mel. Like, apparently, it's the Shido in her. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So, but yeah, you're meant to clean yourself. So, like, obviously there's going to, and they were, you know,
maybe
raping.
to get dirty first, okay? So.
It's true.
I liked it.
One of my favorite bonkers moments was Moggy being the waiter and like watching all the stuff with the Black Asha.
Maid
For
Gideon?
me, that was like so book accurate
What?
because she was a servant.
Yeah.
She was a servant in the house.
It's Maid Gideon.
Maid Gideon. Was that coined today? Okay.
That was coined today, yes.
I love it.
I didn't watch anything today.
That's who she was.
Yeah, I really love that. Like, I just love that she was just, again, she's being her little spider self. It was great.
Yeah, apparently Skeeter missed the boobs in the butt, so he's gonna have to go back and watch the episode again.
Oh, that tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
That tattoo was bonkers.
Oh, yeah. I feel like I kind of have to get that tattoo now.
Right?
I also
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything else, chat? What else? Bonkers?
Oh, yeah.
My name is Mandob.
And Skeeter agrees with you on that one.
Oh yeah, Mandob is my friend's horse. I loved how confident he was. Just be like, she's like, be careful, it means blade in the old tongue. And he's like,
wait. He's like, I'm laughing, but like, I'm not explaining myself.
yeah. And then he's like, I don't care if it means blade. I'm gonna tell you how stupid it sounds anyway.
And then I think this one might.
Mandarb's a cool horse. He's called Blade because he's freaking awesome. So it's fine.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
And then doing saying Days yelling was
yeah.
awesome. That was really awesome.
Yeah. Shut up.
I cheered so hard when she I was mostly quiet, but then when Days Conqueror was back, I was just most excited that it was Days Conqueror was back, and she was giving Senbui the what for.
Here too.
And he's gonna be so great, honestly. He's brilliant. I hope we get some good lines out of Senbui or some moments out of Senbui because he's a really good actor. So
Yeah, and it would be so great to just have a Conger and Senbui or whatever, just while things are people are milling about, just in the background you hear them bitching about everyone else, and they say some really stupid stuff. It's not part of the scene; it's in the background. I just want to see them and hear them lightly make dumb comments because it just makes sense.
They're great.
Yeah,
they're great. You know what they
Semiraj.
didn't say is they didn't say that Days Conqueror was the wisdom, which I thought was interesting.
Not yet. They haven't.
Yeah.
Well, we
They
haven't
didn't really
had a lot of
introduce them.
conversations with the townsfolk yet. They were kind of
We'll get
sequestered.
there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get it next episode. That's for sure.
yeah, that's true.
No.
So Frenzy, confirm whether this is Stone Dog
Yes, she
or
did.
Banana. Oh, she did?
Yeah. She
I missed
she
it.
confirms.
I apologize. I retract my statement. I also just okay, there we go. Then we've got Aiel flirting super hard.
Is that a bonkers moment or a stone dog moment?
Bonkers.
I was thinking
Bonkers, I think.
And
Yeah.
then we've got, and I'll agree with this one, definitely hardcore Suan in that conversation, both how she totally lured him into like bragging about the horn. Well, actually, he kind of did it himself. And then, but leading into, it's one of my favorite conversations from the book. Maybe not favorite, but notable conversations in the book is someone telling Matt about her uncle. And like, and that really vibes with me because having served in the military and like all the talk of heroism, and people are constantly being like, "Oh, thank you for your service," and it's like you don't feel like you're a hero, but what Suan says at the end is like, yeah, that is just something that heroes say. Like, I'm just being myself.
Maybe I got my season 2 stabbiest moment wrong. Isn't it in that conversation that they have, she puts him down about the horn? Did I think that was in episode 2 and it's really episode 3?
It's in 3.
Okay. I messed up. Let me fix that. Edit.
And then Goat Brother agrees that Aiel is just perfection.
There's great chemistry there between the two of them. So
absolutely. I also
you can talk to me all day in that voice too. Like put Shore and Bjorn and Isabella in a room together and just have them talk. That could just be like my ASMR at night. It'd be fine.
That is podcast goals for guests. Like the three of them on a podcast together as guests. Can you just imagine that? Mel's like, I can't look at the camera right now. I cannot look at the camera right now. So
good times. Good times.
Okay. Anything else, friends?
Light Blinded Fool came in with the Min Rentor vision, as well as the Matt Galad interaction to take a day off.
That was awesome.
Oh yeah, the take a day off bit was good.
That was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
We've got Matt hanging twice now.
Is it say on there twice? Okay. Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah. But you put in take a day off.
Take a day off.
Yeah.
Then people just keep saying bonkers, and I'm like, okay, I saw bonkers. Oh, here's one, the semi name drop.
Oh yes.
I think a lot of people.
Is that in this one, or is that in the last? That
was in this one because
isn't it?
The cold open for 3 was
the cold open 3 is this one.
The Forsaken meeting.
Okay.
The cold open for 2 was the Andor succession. I love how we're always like already like, I don't know what happened. It's only been 3 episodes.
So I have what do you guys think? Okay, I had a thought about that cold open. So again, back to the let's hurry up the story into this, like, in fact, not even the story, because in the books, the Forsaken never acknowledge that they're idiots. And he verbally says, let's not do what we've done before. Let's not fight with each other. And that to me kind of like, I like in the books when they're kind of like so egotistic that they just think they can do it and they don't think about working together. And again, I feel like, we're really bringing in the emotions here, guys. Let's make the Forsaken be like, let's just work together. It's like Sesame Street. And I feel like we're getting Forsaken Sesame Street.
Well, I think it does, because they did form alliances in the book. We didn't have the direct conversation as we're going to form alliance. They just kind of like naturally.
Sure. No, of course they did.
Fall out into their little camps. But I do think it's an acknowledgement that the books, they just did literally what they did in the previous age. And it was completely to their detriment, and it completely hamstrung them. Like, it made them, like, they're scary at first, but then you're like, this gets boring after a long time because you're not doing anything different.
I think they could still be scary and not, like, kumbayaing and coming together and working together. Like, I think they could still be like super scary in the show, scarier there in the books, but like the whole like let's recognize that we made a mistake and no, they're forsaken. They don't care. They serve the Dark One. They're like, I just want to be fucking evil. Just let me be evil. I don't need to have emotions. Like I am evil. We need to have just evil characters. We don't need to have characters that are empathetic and all this stuff. No,
I think the only just evil character thus far in the show is Valda. Everyone else has some sort
and
of
he's like now too,
motivation.
Like he's just a not boring character now. Like he was so beautiful.
He is so pretty.
No, I just mean he was a beautiful evil character that's now just kind of like wah, wah, wah.
Well, right, because they only really last for a season if they're an evil character. But if you need them to last longer, they need to be more interesting.
Right, they do.
Yeah.
We need him to be more interesting because evil Valda is perfect. He's perfect. He's a perfect horrible character that is not a forsaken.
We did.
I felt like I didn't feel like Samael was particularly like depth. He was just like an asshole. He just like read it. Yeah. He read as an asshole, which is exactly what he is. He's just a big old asshole.
Do we think that they're going to survive?
And I love that Lanfear was like, "You're the weakest of us. You're going to go down."
Right, right. Like, you're going to go down. That was a stabby moment.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah, that was a good stabby moment.
I really liked his scarring too. I thought that was cool.
on his. They were really
on his face and like the way that it like crisscrossed his nose. I thought that was cool makeup. Good job, Davina.
Yes.
And he looked like he was wearing Shanshan stuff. Did you notice that?
It didn't really read Shanshan for me, but it was pretty epic.
Yeah,
it was like obnoxious military gear. It was
it was like if
read like obnoxious like military cosplay, which I feel like worked for Sammy.
Yeah, it was like if a pirate and Rhuarc's outfit had a baby.
And his boots were like knee-high boots with gold schmutz on the top of the boots. They were just like so campy.
He's so proud of himself. He's very Napoleon, just so fucking proud of himself.
Yes, I love him. It was good.
Yeah. Do we think they're going to last the season?
So that is...
Do you think like they're going to die or just keep going to the next season?
I don't know. I think they're setting Sammy up to die real quick.
Possible.
Because I don't think Ravine's going this season.
Yeah, right. Because the succession's got to start.
Right.
Maybe I think even next season.
I think Sammy's going to get...
I don't know. Hypothetically, if we're doing this in 8 seasons, like things need to progress. So, of course, we have to get season 4 first. But
yeah, I mean, but like his like whole like Sammy's whole Ilion death thing is kind of a meh in the books. I mean,
true.
It's cool, but it's meh.
Yeah, agreed.
So and it's kind of repetitive. You know, it's like a repeat of
And do we think we'll get another like at the very last 3 minutes of episode 8 like Grendel's gonna show up or Semi, you know what I mean?
No,
like,
I reckon we'll get them all by the end of the season.
I could see them putting
a season.
I could see them putting Samael as the Dark Brent in the Stone of Tyr. I could see them putting him there instead of Manilian.
Yeah, I could totally see that. And there's
the battle in the stone, in the heart of the stone is with him.
Is with him, yeah.
And because they clearly have to have the Ravine thing because they're setting that all up. That's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And do you think the 8th Forsaken is Asmo?
Yeah, my money's on Asmo.
Masana? I don't think it'll be Agonor.
I don't think it's Masana. It's not Agonor, obviously, because Monty's got Agonor's abilities.
Yeah.
My money.
I would like it to be Asmodean.
My money is hard on Asmodean, and it's the guy with the hat that Matt is staring at in that first look photos.
I like it.
Yeah, my money's been on that since I've seen that scene.
Well, did you see the after the first episode they had the coming soon reel? You know,
I did, but I didn't pay attention to it.
That's what I do.
You didn't watch that?
Oh, it was played in the cinema, so I couldn't really not watch it because it's a giant screen in front of us. But I didn't watch it again today, so I have not remembered.
Do you not want me to talk about it then? So
yeah, if that's okay.
No. All right. Also, just so you know, so they don't announce these as spoilers, which you should all know. The inside look at the episodes Episode 3 has a bunch of spoilers for the next episode.
Huge amount of
If you
spoilers.
do not want to.
I was not
spoiled.
forewarned, and I saw them.
No,
and I
I
was
thought
just
that
like,
it should
Oh,
be
I
like,
haven't
"Open
watched
my
any
eyes."
of those yet. That's
really,
good to
really
know.
bad form by Amazon.
It was only
Like-
it was only the third one. 1 and 2
Only
were
the
not
third
like
one.
that.
Yep, exactly.
Like, but I think
Well, I
they
guess
put
I'll
it
just
in.
wait to watch all of them just in case. 'cause-
Yeah, the second
Yeah.
first 2 are fine.
I feel
It's
like
just,
I feel
behind
like it was
the scenes stuff.
more than the next episode spoilers. It was like whole season.
It's all
like,
Aiel stuff too.
No, because no, but they were showing scenes from the Battle of the Two Rivers
Oh,
in that
maybe they
too.
were,
Like
yeah.
I was like,
Jesus.
what is happening? Why is this here? It was like another trailer almost.
Oh God.
It
So
was
don't
weird.
open that if you don't want to be spoiled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
No,
That's
thank
in the
you.
extras
Thank
section.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I posted that on BlueSky today when I
Oh,
discovered
good.
that.
Thank you, Mel. You're so good.
Oh, just a reminder for people posting on Blue Skies or like not Discord channels where like you're supposed to post. Put the show spoilers at the top, because if you post that hashtag below, people don't look at hashtags first. That doesn't pop up in your eyes. So just a reminder.
Most people to be clear, Leigh-A, most people post the hashtag for people who have muted the hashtag, so it won't show
Right.
up in their
True.
feed
It's for
anywhere, regardless of where you post it.
Yeah. Well, just in case people aren't savvy and know to mute it, just
Hmm.
public service announcement, post it up top, just in case.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
It's been a very
good?
long day for me.
Sure has.
I've been up over 23 hours now.
Oh my goodness.
I might have to call it quits, if I'm honest.
We can do that.
That's
Chat,
okay. I think
anything
you
else?
came to a good stopping
Perfect
point.
timing. Perfect timing.
Oh, I didn't know if we were doing more than this.
No.
No, this was it.
What is
This was it? Okay.
We're
For
good.
some reason, I felt you were doing more than this. Sorry. I was going to be like, I might have to go to bed soon. I'm like crashing. So, okay, cool.
What
I
a
wasn't
week,
trying-
guys.
I
What a
wasn't
week.
trying to cut the show short. I honestly thought you three
This
were-
is not short.
No.
This is an
We're
hour
done.
and a
We're
half
good.
longer than we
We're
normally
good.
go.
Thanks
Oh,
for
I made
being
it.
with us, Foley.
I made
I
it.
thought it was
feel-
a fantastic opening of season 3, and
I
I am
agree.
excited to see what's
That's
next.
They
Yes.
stepped it up so much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They really have, yeah. Like I know we've sat here and we've been like Stone Dog moments and whatever else we've said, but
But we also had so many bonkers moments. Like, look
Yes.
at
So good.
bonkers moments and like stabby moments and yeah, just
But
They're
even
great
the Stone Dog moments weren't really that bad.
no, most of them
Yeah.
were pretty decent. So oh
Oh
Yeah.
man, it was great to talk to you guys about the show.
yes.
Can't wait to do it again next week. Oh my god, next week. Oh my god.
Oh,
next
next week.
Meridian.
Next week might have to be just as long an episode. Well, we play lots of the episode on screen as well, talking about it. So
Oh my god,
This
I'm
is
so
a very
excited.
important episode for us.
yes,
We believe. We believe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
So
It's
excited.
gonna be beautiful.
I'm excited. I'm excited
Yeah.
to see all of that on screen finally.
thank you to everyone who has come and joined us. Appreciate you hanging out. We know there's a lot happening today, just in general, and we appreciate your time. So, we much G and ramen rattles to you. We are back every week talking about all the episodes, most especially
We are.
next week, obviously. I love how you just like waving a dagger there, Mel. That's brilliant.
I lost,
Rally dagger.
it was like I lost my dagger, but nope, it's right here.
There we go.
It's just under my phone and my butt. So
There we go. But yeah, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are watching back later and you're like, oh, what's this? I love this. We should be here every week. And then do that and join us every week and be a Foley. And comment below with your favorite stabby moment, Stone Dog moment, Bonkers
We
moment.
can add them to the list.
Yeah. Or what was the fourth one? What have I not added? Or hand
Yes.
talk moment of the week.
Yeah.
Yes. So
There's
if
going to
you
be a
think we
lot
missed-
of. We may need that whole section for next week because that's all I eat.
It's gonna be
Like, just
Yeah.
it's hand talk.
it's
Yeah,
gonna be
it's
its
just gonna be
own
like-
page. Its own page.
Oh, and by the way, if you can't get enough of Threefold Talk, on the Black Tower podcast this Sunday, we will be doing our our points for our team, our fantasy team that we
Oh,
have.
that's going to be a
I
long
think we're-
stream, surely.
We need to discuss switching out Bane for Chiad.
Yeah, we picked Bane, not Chiad, but that's all right. She still fights.
Yeah.
I think
Anyway,
it's okay.
so that's going to be fun. Sunday is that 4 p.m.
5
Pacific
p.m.
time?
Eastern.
Oh, 5 p.m. Eastern on the
Eastern,
Black Tower
okay.
Podcast channel. Join us for football/fantasy draft. It's not
Yes.
football, it's fantasy.
It's fantasy drafting, so yeah.
The
Fantasy
fantasy league.
It's the fantasy
Fantasy
draft for the fantasy show.
It's
That's
fantasy. Fantasy draft. Yeah.
Fancy.
Fantasy.
Right.
Yeah. Until
I
next
love
week,
you all.
everybody. I love you too. Please go and find yourself much love, water, and shade, and we will see you in a week. So,
Love you all.
bye.
Bye.